Blizzard turns 35 with reveals for all its games. Huh. It's going to be interesting. State of Decay 3 makes waves after 6 years, baby. And also, more Xbox news. Let's go!
Wake up, it's a brand new day. Crazy Lou's here, got something to say. Good morning, gamers, rise and shine. It's time to play, let's have a good time. Morning, gaming community. With Crazy Lou, it's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free. In the world of games, we're just meant to be. Grab us, come and eat a scene. Crazy Lou is ready, it's a gaming scene. Roomies trading people, orders in. All recent gaming, go rates and pay top bean. Good morning, come and mooing. It's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free.
Initiating launch sequence.
Let's begin. Wait a minute. I cannot see the window. Okay, what the heck is going on? Because I'm hearing like the sound coming in. Is it replaying the intro? Come on, man. Don't be telling me it's replaying the intro. Seriously? Okay, I hope it's done. We'll be playing the intro. I don't know why I replayed it, but good morning, everybody. Also, afternoon and evening, the crazy one. Wish you all a beautiful and awesome Tuesday. Chat, I am back home. I am okay. I am fine. Had a nice little beach weekend. I stayed on the beach. I got a nice little, tan. Yeah. Got a nice little tan, baby. Let's go. Chat, how are you guys doing? Besides, a lot of you are out there pouring your guts out with high guard. listen, listen. I am playing high guard, and I'll give it my 2 cents later. Not today, but tomorrow. Because I only played it for like an hour and 6 minutes, and I want to do it justice though. But as of now, I still, yeah. But either way, though, chat, how you guys been, man? What's up? What's cooking, man? We got Talos, the man with the ray in the building. We got Big B Money B. What's up, Big B Money? You handsome lad. How you doing, bro? The man with all the girlfriends in the world. What's up, Big B Money? What's cooking? Power Boss. Good morning to you, sir. What's up? What's cooking? I'm here just enjoying everything that's. Hey. Not like that. No. Listen, High Guard is shit. No, not like that. Not like this. No. I love the game. No, I'm just kidding. I don't love it. Listen, I only played an hour, 6 minutes. But either way, though, I want to play it a bit more before I give him my 2 cents. Because really, I have a couple things I got to say about that. But yeah, I'm just holding it in, chat. I'm holding it in as much as I can. CC Trout, what's up, CC Trout? How you doing? Good morning. What's up, CC Trout? What's cooking? Look, guys, we have some great news, Xbox news, which I wanted to cover before, tomorrow we're going to jump into High Garden. A couple of things I got to say. But yeah, let's keep going, Chad. Let's keep going. Let's put hard guard to the side. Let's stick to what's positive right now. Let's stick to what's beautiful out there. We got some great news cooking. Like I said about Xbox, a lot of things are happening over there, which is good stuff. And there's only one like bad news that comes in there, and there was another bad news that comes in. I'm gonna say, why do you guys gotta bring up this shit again? Which is the 30%. Listen, let me tell you something. And this is going out to media. To be honest, though, we laughed about it, we joked about it, we did all we could about it, right? With that damn 30%. And to be honest, though, We don't give a fuck. All we care about is the damn games that are coming out. That's all we care about. If Xbox needs to get that 30% in, let them get it in. That's their situation. It's not ours. But you guys are going out there pretending like it's a bad thing. Hey, Ollie, bro, what's up? Good morning, Ollie. What's cooking? How you doing? Yes, I'm seeing Twitch chatters over here too. That's fantastic. What's up? How you doing? What's cooking? Oh Lord, Powerboss says a couple of from my friends couldn't even load the game on. Hey, can you sing me happy birthday? All right, happy birthday, Ollie. Happy birthday, homeboy. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, Ollie. What's up, Ollie? Happy birthday to ya. What you doing today? Come on, listen. If you're gonna have a birthday party, you gotta have them candy bags. You gotta have them candy bags though. If you don't have those candy bags, we got a problem. Candy bags are always good for birthdays though. Enjoy your cake, enjoy your food, man. Have some fun. Seriously, enjoy. All right, so let's kick in. Like I said, we got some great Xbox news out there. You know, we got the 35th anniversary cooking. We also have what do we have? Let me go check my news thing. We also have some State of Decay news, which is really good, really important because it's been for quite some time, and people tend to worry about things that are happening out there when it comes to that. Happy birthday that the Steam games going to Xbox. Hey, it's always good stuff though. It's always good stuff. The more games we get, the more we can get in. Opinion on Dead Island 2. My opinion on Dead Island 2, it's great. Compared to the other Dead Islands, this Dead Island is really good. I finished it and really had a blast playing it. Not only that, it's got co-op and it's a blast though. Playing it with friends is also fun. But yeah, it's a really good game, and not only top-notch graphics, top-notch everything. They really cooked with that game, no doubt, no doubt. So yeah, go ahead and play it. If you have not played it, go for it. So here we go. Let's go. And the gameplay is super fun because one of the things I really enjoyed about Dead Island 2 is not these big ass maps. It's these like maps you just land on and you got to run around doing things in that map. So it's not a big ass map that you got to roam around like an open world thing. It's semi open world, so it's pretty good though. It's pretty good, really good game. So let's start off with the supposed bad Xbox news because of course, we're gonna start with that, and then we're gonna head up to the good news. Like I said, we got State of Decay, and other things we got to talk about. Put into subject. So let's get to this, baby. Let's get to this. I also have one more good Xbox news out there, but it's a rumor. And like we always say about rumors, we got to take them as a grain of salt. But this one, I don't know why. I have a feeling about it. But yeah, let's tackle this one first, chat. And then we'll tackle that rumor that what's going on that seems to be interesting. That seriously, I don't know why, but I have a feeling it's going to happen because this year, a lot of people were like, but wait a minute, Phil said this, Phil said that about these games coming around. But yeah, there's a rumor going around out there that it's really seems to be really interesting. And of course, why the heck not? Let's talk about it. But remember, we got to take it with a grain of salt, my friends. Remember that. So don't overhype it. If it comes, it comes, and we'll be happy if it comes. Pause. That sounded so bad, but yes. All right. Hold on, Chad. Let me get this on the screen so we can start talking about it because, like I said, we always got stuff we got to talk about. Let's go. Here we go. Like always, they always got to bring this up because it seems like they got nothing to write about. I don't know why, because there's so much cool things happening out there. I don't know why they keep bringing this shit up. Again, it's like, seriously. The 30% thing is back, my chat. It's back again. Why is it back? Why do you guys got to bring it up when it gets shut down like 20, 25 times? And if it is true, let them worry about it. The president of Xbox addresses 30% profit margin rumors, reveals people who play XPA play 20% more. No, duh, because it's everywhere. Of course, they got to be playing it. If they don't play it, we got a problem here. Xbox playing anywhere is driving higher engagement, according to Sarah Bond. The questions about Microsoft report 30% margin targets remain unanswered. Can't believe we're still here. When did this thing start? It wasn't like 6 or 8 months ago. Then it got discarded. Now it's back again. Oh. Chad, I'm sorry slapping myself in the head. The thing is, I slapped myself in the head to remind me that this is actually real and that I'm not dreaming. I'm talking about this again. Oh, Lord. So, in a recent interview with Fortune magazine, Sarah Bond sat down with Catherine Campbell to discuss the future direction of Xbox and how the platform continues to evolve. That is the good. That's actually pretty good that they use the word evolve. Seriously, you babe. When have we ever heard the media reporting on companies' rumored target profit margins ever in gaming history? Well, it's Xbox, so now we got to hear about it. Yeah. So the conversation touched on leadership strategy and how Xbox is responding to the shifting player habits across console, PC, and cloud. Ooh. During the interview, Bond pointed out the stronger player retention among those using Play Anywhere XBA signing, higher engagement. However, at the same time, Bond has avoided directly commenting on questions around the widely reported 30% profit margin, instead, framing Xbox priorities around balancing long term growth, player behavior, and business health. I mean, look, chat. I keep saying this, and I'm going to switch to my camera real quick before I continue reading. Right? I'll keep on reading this. Pokemon! Whoa, those slaps. Sorry about that, Pokemon. The thing is, I gotta slap myself in the head because I can't believe I'm talking about this again, my friend. I cannot believe it. And good morning to you. How you doing? Welcome to Twitch. What's up? To the XBI Twitch show. Yeah, that's true though. So, like I was saying though, we are talking about this, but why do you always gotta ask those questions? Why don't you ask like, okay, ask seriously? If I had him like in front of me, if I could like interview Sarah Bond, if I can interview, Phil Spencer, the day that comes by, that would be awesome. That'll be amazing. But to ask these questions though, like, okay, what are you gonna do about the 30% though? Just to get those clicks though. Why? Is that Queen Victoria in the background? No, it's not. I wish it was though. No, that's actually supposedly it's Bloody Mary. Supposedly. I mean, someone out there Googled it and went for the info. Supposedly it's that, but no, it's I don't know who it is, but it's a queen or some. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, to be honest, so it looks like the one for the Ghostbusters though. That's what they all say. So, like I was saying though, right? Why do you always ask these questions? So why don't we talk about like, okay, what is like how many games do you have guys have under development? Like, how is the projects doing? How much fun it is, state of decay, stuff like that. That's the questions you guys gotta ask though. Ask about the game. Stop worrying. How is the Xbox going to do? How is the Xbox going to sell? How and all this stuff? Because seriously, oh my god. Do you need me to come on and share the brain damage, Louis? hey, Barbas, you want to join that school? Fantastic. But at the end of the day, though, why do we have to continue on with this nonsense? Seriously, it's like they have nothing to talk about. Bro, they are delivering so many games. Why don't you ask, hey, Xbox, you guys promised this. Is something cooking, At least throw them that little hint to see if something spills, Kind of like get a little hint about it, which is more fun. Let's talk about the fun in gaming instead of talking about how is it going business-wise when we know they're actually doing pretty well. Simple and easy. I thought this room. No. It's live. It's live. We're always live here. We're always live. And yeah, if you want to come by watch the replay, it's always good. But yeah, it's always live. Always live. Always. So let's see now. Like I said, let's keep reading. Xbox Play Anywhere is a core feature of the Xbox ecosystem, allowing players to access supported games across Xbox PC and cloud, and is designed to reduce friction, make game ownership more flexible across devices, and hit a major milestone last summer. There you go. While speaking to Fortune magazine, Sarah Bond was asked, where was I? Asked how Xbox works two separate meaningful feedback from noise. In response, Bond explained that the player's sentiment alone is not enough to guide decisions. Like what happened with Highguard. But okay, let's keep going. well, listen to well, we listen really intently to our players, and we listen across our channels. And that we also do is that we marry that with how players are actually behaving, and really helps us sort it out, right? Bond. Oh, this skipped again. Why? Stop it. Bond pointed out to Xbox Player as a clear example of how behavior data shapes investment decisions. So XPA actually is a very good example when we actually looked at the player behavior of people who were playing XPA games. We saw they were playing 20% more time, right? Which is good. The increased obligation is part of why Xbox has continued to push the feature more heavily in recent years. According to Bond, the data suggests XPA does more than offer convenience. As and so we said, people actually really love this feature. I'll send you the link in a few, Power Boss. What's up, Gogopo? Leroy Lee. Good morning, Leroy Lee. How you doing? What's up? What's cooking? Ah, man, chat's really ramping it up. Come on in, chat. Let's go. 15 people already. Let's get it up to 50 today. At least 200 though. I mean, if I get to 100, seriously, chat. If I get to 100, I'll do a dance. I'm not kidding you. If we get to 100, people in here, I'll do a dance though. I'll do like a cool dance. I don't know what dance, but I'll do a dance though. So, okay. That increased engagement is part of why Xbox continue. Okay, I think I already read that. And so we said people actually love this feature and that they actually spend more money in games or they more likely to play games that have this feature because they know they can take it with them across devices. Based off that, we start to invest more in XPA, amplifying the catalog, bringing them more things. On a personal level, this lines up how the feature is often used in practice. I regularly use my Xbox Ally X to play at times I normally will not, and that convenience almost always means turning to Xbox Play Anywhere titles. All right, so what Bond did and did not say about 30% profit margins. Again, I don't know why your interviewers have to ask that question because you guys love to put Sarah Bond in the spot. You love to put Phil Spencer on the spot with this stuff. Stop putting them on that spot. I mean, seriously, they're out here promoting their platform, promoting what they have. And to be honest, though, I don't know how the 30% affects the games that are coming out. Seriously, I just don't get it. I don't know why you guys had to put this out there like it's a worrisome situation when it's a worrisome for Xbox itself. And if they have to go 30%, that's something they have to worry about. But as a gamer, am I worried about the 30%? No. What I'm worried about is what game am I going to play next? That's all I worry about. But of course, people have to go out there, use this to trash Xbox, talk bad about Xbox because that's what they do. If you were not really aware, reports in recent months have suggested that Microsoft has set an unusually high profit margin target of 30% for Xbox. Again, it was reports. Microsoft never confirmed that. Well, about this is typically seen across the game industry, the topic has been widely discussed by you guys and you guys only, making it a natural point of pressure during the interview. To her credit, the interview does not shy away from the issue, asking Bond directly. Microsoft recently set ambitious profit margin targets of 30% for Xbox, well above the industry average. How does this influence its investment, its creative decision making? Has anything changed in that regard? Bond does not directly confirm or deny the report figure in response. Instead, she reframes the question around broader priorities and flexibility. Oh my God, Sarah, I'm so sorry I have to go through that again. It's like that one interview where she really put a face on when they asked her. I forgot what is it about. She was really like you see that how she got like really PO'd, like mad about it. Like, why the hell are you asking me this question? Right now, right here, though. It's like I wasn't ready for that question though. Bond does not already confirm. Okay, read that. She says, we're always just adjusting our investment based off what happens in the macroeconomic industry. What players are asking, what developers are asking for. And we really focus on giving a full suite of experience people across all of that. And you're right. It's a continuous cycle where we are making sure that we're driving a profitable business, a healthy business, but we're also driving more player growth and developer growth and engagement across the whole system, which is something that they should always focus on. Like, let's get the devs over here. Let's get them to put our games over here. Let's get these games, Xbox Play Anywhere, so anyone who buys the game once can play it anywhere they want. That's the stuff you got to focus on instead of focusing, oh, let's go get that 30%. That's the stuff you got to ask questions about. Like, okay, how's the next Xbox console shaping up? How's everything going around with things? I don't understand what I do. They never talk about the platform itself. They go, we always got to go out there and ask about numbers or hey, let's see if you can get these numbers in or come on. The answer offers little clarity on whether 30% margin target still exists in practice, but it does not. It does reinforce Xbox public positioning. Bond repeating frames profitability as something to be balanced alongside player engagement and long-term growth rather than a single drive force behind creative or strategic decisions. However, the absence of a direct denial does lend some additional weight to the reports around a 30% profit margin target, particularly given how deliberately Bond sidesteps the figure when asked outright. Regardless, rumors come and go, but engagement data is hard to ignore. If XPA players really are playing 20% more, that tells you why Microsoft keeps doubling down on cross platform access, and we're all for that here at Windows Central. Yeah, you guys are all for, talk about. Oh my God. Like, seriously, again, why don't you ask them? Like, look, right here. This is another title, but I'm leaving that one for tomorrow. Xbox Player has a AAA problem. What problem? They keep announcing good stuff on there because I think, you know, hold on, chat. Let me just click on that one. Let me just click on that one. Hold on. Let me just click on that one real quick. I wonder what the game is about. I bet you, chat. Listen, I'm gonna bet you, chat. 5 cents, chat. 5 cents. This has got to be about Resident Evil. Hold on. Yeah, the Xbox has given Xbox a unique problem, Chrissy. It highlights games that are missing the Xbox Play Anywhere, which has become central to Microsoft's strategy. Let's see now. One of my favorite aspects of the 2026 Xbox platform is one of the most frustrating. So, what was this about, though? Let's see what this is about. I bet you had to be all about the Resident Evil. Let's see, Final Fantasy VII, which was announced, Fallout 4. Let me see. I know there was a rant out there for the Resident Evil game. See? There you go. See, chat, I was right. Which, like I said, I'm going to leave that news for tomorrow because, it's something we're going to talk about. Besides Hardguard, we're going to talk about this because, seriously, come on. Yeah, I got to talk about it tomorrow because, I need to extend the news because lately news has been slow and I'm just extending stuff, as much as I can, to get what's right. But like I was saying though earlier, talking about Saruman and 30% profit margin. Seriously, stop with that question. That's an old thing. That happened last year. Why don't you talk about, like, will there be another showcase? That's something we Xbox fans want to hear. Which there's a rumor floating around, like I said, and we're really happy about. And yeah, let me get it in. No joke, there's a rumor floating around, which of course, if that happens, it will be fantastic. And let's read about it, chat, before I continue on with what's next. But here it is. Rumor, Xbox might be planning a second developer direct showcase for 2026. That's something worth talking about. Remember what I said, after we saw the showcase, last Thursday or Friday, when was it, Thursday? We talked about it on Thursday. I said, I have a feeling that there's got to be something else because, we're in the 25th anniversary of Xbox, we're in the 35th anniversary of Blizzard, and also we're in the 40th anniversary of Bethesda. So there's a lot of things, going around here, and there might be something big with this because even though Fable came out early with the Xbox, but Fable was not like the big iconic thing like it was like Halo, Gears, and all that stuff. So they want to go out there, wait for that precise moment to show you more, and probably they're going to show you Fable and give you the date. Power Boss, I'll send you the link right now. Hold on, homie. Give me 1 second, my friend. Let me go send you the link. Oh, baby. Okay, here we go. Invite guest. Let me see. Let me go get Twitter to get Power Boss because if not, yeah. Power Boss. There is Power Boss. Oh, there he is. Okay, gotcha. Sending you the link. Paste. All right. Power Boss, I just sent you the link. If you want to hop on, we're good. We're ready to cook. So, like I was saying, though, right? This is something worth excited to talk about. This is something worth you should have asked that question in that interview. Will we get a second showcase? Will we get stuff like that? That's exciting news right there. Over the past few years, the Xbox Direct Showcase has always taken place at around the same time, at mid late January, and the 2026 version of the event was no expectation. However, with this year marking the 25th anniversary and so many exciting first party games on the horizon for Microsoft, it's been rumored that they're exploring the possibility of a second developer direct for 2026. This is coming from Windows Central's Jess Gordon, who said on the following Xbox 2 podcast. I have heard that they are exploring doing another one this year. Don't be surprised if we do get another Dev Direct this year at some point. Don't know when. I heard specifically Dev Direct is what they're exploring for this year, but we'll see when that happens. There you go. That's the stuff we gotta read. That's the stuff we gotta talk about. That's the stuff we Xbox fans want to hear. We don't want to hear no damn 30%, no crappy stuff like that. We just want to hear what's cooking for the next game. So moving on up. With the likes of the Halo campaign, Gears of War ED, Clockwork Revolution, and other upcoming for Xbox first party games missing out of January's Developer Direct, we can see why a second version could sense for later this year. A lot of games will likely be highlighted in the Xbox Showcase in the summer, though. The difference being the June show is rapidly paced, whereas whereas Dev Direct allows each game to breathe. This rumor should be taken with a pinch of salt, like I said, for the time being, as clearly Jess isn't 100% sure or whether it'll happen or not, and the word exploring suggests it's not set in stone either way. We're certainly hoping it comes to fruition, though, as Developer Direct has become one of our favorite showcases formats for highlighting new Xbox games. Zena, good morning to you, girl. What's up? What's cooking? Any thoughts on Fable, though? Oh, Leroy Lee. I love that game. I'm ready for it. That's going to be my big AAA game of the year. That's going to be my big AAA game of the year. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Can't wait to see it. And can't wait to play it. I'm ready for Fable. I'm ready. I'm ready. I mean, I'll tell you real quick what I saw, what I enjoyed about it. You talk to like 1,000 NPCs. So pretty much you got tons of things to do in the game, probably, which it seems like is going to be really engaging. I hope I am right with that one because, by having 1,000 NPCs, talking to you, that's pretty cool stuff. So it shows you they really put a lot of dedication, a lot of work in there. But let's see how it goes, really. Let's see how it goes. I hope it doesn't turn out to be repetitive. I hope it's really engaging. I hope we can have a lot of fun with that game. Seriously, Fable looks amazing. Graphically, story-wise, it looks great. So let's see. Oh, we got Power Boss in the building. Let me get Power Boss into the scene. Give 1 second, Power Boss. Give me 1 quick second so I can replace the guest on here. And replace on all scenes. Let me see if you're... Okay, you're good here? Okay, perfect. So, Power Boss, what's up, man? Good morning to you, sir. We can hear you loud and clear. Start talking. Uh-oh. Here it comes.
Nope, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
All right, that's good. That's good. So what's cooking, man? What's good? How you doing?
Games, 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 games. Come on.
And High Guard, the best game ever. I'm just kidding, Chad. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I had to say it. I'm just messing, Chad. I'm just guessing. But yeah, either way, though, what do you think about the whole 30% crap? We're back to it again. It got brought into conversations, though. What do you think about that before we continue on?
I think, as far as it goes, it has nothing to do with us, the gamer.
Exactly.
Literally nothing. And if it's the case, then why not say what Nintendo and PlayStations are? What Steam is?
641.
They're not gonna say it because they'd rather focus on everything that's bad on Xbox. Because seriously, like I said, this is an interview. Talk about the games, talk about the stuff we want to hear, talk about how the UI is expanding or how is everything on Xbox expanding, how better it is, or try to get them to throw something out there about the next generation console. Because that stuff, as gamers, we want to hear, want to hear good things. That 30% margin thing is something they have to deal with themselves, if it's actually true or not. Because it's funny, it was true at the beginning, then it got discarded, then it comes back again because, they had to throw in that question. And I'm like, well, it's like, I'll give you an idea, though. Let me pitch in this idea. It's like if I say that there will be a Doom this year. For example, I can say there will be a Doom this year, 100%. We're getting a Doom. and we don't see a Doom. But then I come back and I say, yes, we're getting it this year. Yes, I'm telling you, we're getting this year. I'm 100% sure. It's like me trying to prove that I was right about the 30% because they threw it out there. They're like, okay, let's throw this out there and let's prove that this is right, even though Microsoft does not say anything. But let's prove this is right. I mean, come on, you got to stop this though. Seriously, we already saw it last year. Microsoft did not confirm it. We saw it got discarded. Microsoft did not confirm it. And yet again, you're bringing it back in for what? For nothing. This is seriously, it doesn't do anything for us gamers. That's old news. Take it away. But Power Boss, do you think we're gonna get a next showcase? Seriously, do you think that? Because I don't know. I have that feeling that we will. I'm not confirming it, Chad, 100%. I'm not confirming it, but I have a feeling that's gonna come back. I do. I do. I don't know why. I have that feeling. But what do you think, Power Boss, about that? Power Boss is silently thinking.
I would have to say yes.
Really?
Because we already know that they're going to have a partner showcase, ID at Xbox. We already know they're going to have a summer showcase. We already know that they're going to have whatever big showcase at the end of the year with the Game Awards, which I don't see a lot of people watching this year after what happened with High Guard. But they have too many first party games and too many anniversaries of studios that are coming out this year. I mean, Bethesda turns 40, for God's sakes. Blizzard is 35, and I think there's another one that's 25. Xbox itself is 25. And we already know that there's at least 3 to 4 more big games that are coming out that they haven't shown anything on. So I think it's highly likely.
Yeah, because I mean, there's so many games that people are asking questions about out there, right? We have so many people out there asking questions like, "Oh, where is Halo? Where is the Gears of War? Where is what you promised us with these games? You know, the E-Day and all that stuff." Because Phil said, you know, Halo, Gears, what was it? Gears of War, Forza, and I don't know which one did he mention. Though he mentioned several though in that quick interview that he did. It's like a quick show thing, right?
I think it was Clockwork.
Clockwork, yeah. We got to go back and watch that again.
They did primarily say, you know, what started the Xbox studios, which is Halo, Gears, Forza, and Fable. And in that interview, the only one he didn't mention was Halo.
Oh, he didn't mention was Halo, yeah. But we already saw a hint of Halo though on because that's something that people we saw it on the Halo what's it called? The Halo Championship, whatever the thing's called. I keep forgetting the name of it.
Campaign.
No. You know the Halo Championship thing. That's where we saw a little bit more of the Halo campaign involved though. They gave us like a trailer, yeah. But real quick, it's me, the broke boy Lewis, with a $5 super. He says, Insider Gaming did a whole article on the performance of RE Requiem on the PS5 Pro. Not one word mentioned about it runs on Xbox, PC, and Nintendo. Of course, they're trying to promote that PS5 Pro as it's the best thing that has ever existed. It's the thing that really blows hot air into your room and makes your room warm. Why don't they do an article about that? Since, you know, there's a lot of snow happening these days. It'll be a good article to read about how the PS5 Pro can warm up your homes. And, you know, it transforms, it cleans your house, it does the dishes, it jumps, I don't know what else to add to it. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's like they're just trying to promote that, saying how powerful this machine is and everything. But chat,
we do know that Blizzard has its own BlizzCon.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that later. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that later. But yeah, chat. Seriously, look, let them write whatever they want about that. We know what's true about the PS5 Pro. We know what's true about it. We had talked about it so many times. It's not even funny, right? We talked about it so many times about the PS5 Pro, and of course, listen. I said this before. These boxes have the hardware. They have the hardware. They have the power. If they can get it right, good for them. I'm happy they can get it right, not only for the PlayStation, also for the other consoles. Because look, at the end of the day, though, it's like what I said. You cannot focus on one box. You got to focus on all of them. Because look, we're playing on these boxes, and it's not like we're gonna go sell our box to get $200 or $300 to go spend it on another box that we don't have a library on. So seriously, focus on getting right on the boxes, and yeah, stop pushing the whole. And you guys know that these websites love to push. Take for example, Highguard. That's a good example. So yeah, bringing it back in.
Is
Power
it though?
boss.
Is it a good example?
No, what I'm saying as a good example is that they like to push, things to your face because they did it with Concord. Now they're doing it with High Guard. Like I said, I got a couple things I gotta say. I only played an hour and 6 minutes yesterday. Today I'm playing a couple hours more to try to give it. I don't want to be that guy. Oh, I played an hour and I'm saying it sucks. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that guy. But I want to give it, a little chance. I know. People are gonna say, "Lou, you're gonna waste your time and everything." I know. But either way, though, I just want to give it that chance. I don't want to be that guy after an hour saying it's bad, it's awful.
I mean, at
Honest.
least you were able to actually get in the game.
Well, I did to be honest. Though I played. Here's okay. Look, yeah, I played a couple rounds. I think I played like 2 rounds of it, and then I just went off because I did the training. The training took a while, and like I got lost in the menu. And then I found out where I can put 3v3 and then started to play it. And one round, we completed it fast. Then another round, it was we won one, they won one, we won one, they won one, we won one, they won one, and then we became victorious. Again, I'm gonna save those 2 cents for tomorrow because I want to give it another go. I want to try. I want to see if there's something else to try out in the game before I give it my final 2 cents on it. But seriously, chat. One
Before
thing.
you do that, did you see that they have a roadmap all the way to December?
Seriously, they have a roadmap.
Yeah,
Okay.
the first one is in 2 weeks, and then they're supposed to have something, a whole bunch of things every single month until December.
Hmm. Good luck with
I'll
that then.
definitely go to High Guard on Twitter and look it up, and then compare. I think before you make whatever judgment you're going to on the game.
No, I will look at things up because I always let like articles pour in whatever they gotta say, right? I always let the articles pour in because you know how it is, right? I always let them pour in, give them the thoughts and everything because this game dropped in. When was it? Yesterday, Monday? What was it? Was the day it dropped in? Right? Yeah, it was Monday. Yeah, and so I
That was
downloaded it.
yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday. So I downloaded it. I give it a go. And the only thing I gotta say as of now, chat, as of now, because again, I'm gonna give it another try later on today, play it for like at least 2 or 3 more hours, to give my final judgment of the game. But until now, it feels like I am playing Battlefield Conquest, right? One versus another player. Can you imagine playing Battlefield Conquest like that? Like you're in this big ass map and you gotta look for that one player in order to take down. That's crazy. That's how the game feels as of right now. Like I said, I gotta give it another go to tell y'all my final review tomorrow. So if you'll let us know if we owe Jeff Keighley an apology or if he owes one to us. Oh God, I will never give that man an apology. No. I mean, here's the thing though: when you push too much something, sometimes it's better not to push it. Sometimes it's better to let people just there's other ways to promote things, right? Like for example, I've been promoting Data Diver a lot in this chat, right? But like I always say, not every game is for everyone. Some people might play the Data Diver and say, "Oh, that game sucks." I get it; it's cool, no problem. I say it sucks, and I say it's good. I get it. But at the end of the day, I don't push it like, "Oh, you're gonna owe me an apology because you played this game." What? Come on, man. Not like that, man. That literally gets people into a negative mood. Come on. Don't that's come on. Be smart about it. Say, yo, try out High Guard. I loved it. My personal opinion, I love to have fun, and that's it. That's all you got to say. But you went out there saying, "Oh, you owe us an apology," and then a lot of people out there decided to tag along with what you said. I even put like, "What about though?" Like seriously, I even asked the question like, "What about though?" Because I was lost though. I was lost in that time because I was away for the weekend. I don't know what the hell was going on. But then I see it's all about High Guard. I say, "Oh, it's all about High Guard." Okay. Let's see how it plays though, because in order for me to give you an apology, I gotta see how it plays. And either way, though, if I liked it, I still won't give you an apology. Why should I? But still, though, still, it's crazy. It's crazy. So moving on up, chat. We got, like I said, we got
Shout
some
out to Demo Flow in the chat.
Demo Flow, mi hermano de Cuba. Que lo que? How you doing, bro? What's up? What's cooking? Actually, doubt it's going to last longer than Concord. Really? You really doubt that Powerball is going to last longer than Concord? Oh, I mean, I don't know. It probably
I'll put it
would.
this way: it peaked at 97,000 players. That's just on
Ah,
Steam. I don't know about console, but at the same time, people were having problems finding matches,
wow, that's
and it
awful.
was bleeding 2,000 players every 30 minutes.
Wow, that's insane.
It stabilized at about 8 to 10K.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hmm. I know ponies would apologize to Marathon, but wouldn't do so for a cold violet laugh out loud. I mean, they didn't even do it for Concord, though. All they tell us is to get away from Concord, not mention Concord, disappear Concord. That's all they say. But
Right now, I just refreshed the page. It's at 16,270 players.
oh wow, that's crazy, and it's still dropping. So let's move on up. Like I said, we got some good Xbox news here to talk about, and this is one that I really wanted to talk about because I saw it over the weekend. I said, "Ooh, this is good stuff. Let me get into it." And man, I know you're gonna like this, Power Boss, because it's all about this game that we have been waiting for. I mean, I'm a guy that's been waiting for this game because it's one of those games I enjoyed last generation, even though the graphics are like seriously, the graphics were like, I did not like the graphics on the game, but hey, the gameplay on that sucker was great, and that is the huge, hotly anticipated Xbox games is coming on really well, but Xbox publishing lead can't say more. I think PR in this room will murder me. We've barely seen any State of Decay 3 for 6 years, but Xbox Craig Duncan says it's coming along well. Ha ha! Now, here comes the question. Should we trust Craig Duncan on this one? Because they said a lot of games are coming along well and then they get shut down. I know this game. I have a feeling this game will not be shut down, though. I have a feeling it won't, which mm, I'm excited for it. And yeah, and State of Decay 2, I know a lot of people love to play the online because you can go on there and play the online and people are just enjoying it. So, Power Boss, are you hyped for this game, for State of Decay 3? Are you a big State of Decay fan?
I have been playing State of Decay 2 Juggernaut Edition on my Game Pass for quite some time. I have restarted my game several times because I keep forgetting where I am in the game.
Really?
But I love it.
It's good. It's
It's
good.
great.
Yeah, it's good. So Broke Boy says, I don't like it when they say stuff like this. They say the same thing about Everbot and I think Perfect Dark. That's the thing that worries me too. Because look, listen. We can be the Xbox fans. We can defend anything. We can go out there, defend it as much as we love it and everything. But there's some things they say we are like, oh, you said this once though, and we were kind of scared though.
I mean, at the same point that we can say we're hyped for State of Decay 3 and ponies are saying that they hope it gets canceled, it's probably canceled, this, that, and the other, we can say the same thing about Wolverine and Intergalactic. Ponies can
Okay.
hype it up to the day in, and we can say, that game's never coming out and it won't see the light of day. It's the same side of the same coin, really.
Mm-hmm.
It's just literally the other platform.
Yeah. Brothers Grimm, what's up? Good morning. How you doing, sir? How you doing? A new WWE 2K26 cover came out last night. We will check that out later. As for you WWE fans. So, let me read this real quick to see what's cooking. Hey, remember State of Decay 3? Who will forget State of Decay 3 or State of Decay 2? It's like, oh, come on. You could be forgiven for forgetting about it. Who the hell forgot about it? CNS has largely felt like Microsoft and Xbox have since it was announced with a short cinematic trailer 6 years ago. There was another one that came out. Okay. Save for another brief trailer at 2024's Xbox Game Showcase. I mean, you should have said short cinematic trailer. Short. It was a teaser though. Short teaser trailer would have been better. We've heard nothing about the zombie survival game sequel with no release date for looking forward to, not even a release window. Developer on the labs and Xbox have been radio silent for so long and that some fear the game has been canceled. Briefly touching on the title in a new interview, though, Xbox Game Studios head Craig Duncan has confirmed that State of Decay 3 is still in development and says that he's seen it of it himself is very promising. I think the PR in this room is going to will murder me if I give you the answer to that. Duncan commented to Games Radar when asked if we'd see more State of Decay 3 in 2026. So here's what I'll say. I have done a number of visits to the studio in the last 6 to 8 months. I have sat and played the game with the team a bunch of times, and it's coming on really well. We're very excited about the franchise and its potential, so I will certainly see a lot more. of it in the coming year. Is that a good answer to your question? Hmm. 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 It's reassuring that the statement coming from the head of Xbox Publishing, though, is still frustrating that this is one of the only morsels of information we have about State of Decay 3 after 6 years of development. Still, this should sausage. Wait, did I say sausage? Sorry about that. Assuage any fears that fans had about the project being axed. Notably, though, it's hard to blame players for being worried or annoyed. Xbox has something of a bad reputation for announcing games very early, only to cancel them or leave fans waiting for ages. Microsoft infamously killing Everwild and Perfect Dark last year amid layoffs comes to mind, as does the end of Avalanche Studios' Contraband. But that is not an Xbox studio game. Oh my and the never ending wait for Elder Scrolls 6, announced in 2018. Fortunately, it seems the new State of Decay installment will have much better fates, but will we actually see more of it in later 2026? Can we even get a surprise 2026 release date for the long awaited, highly anticipated open world survivor game? Duncan couldn't even give a clear answer to those questions, of course, though the somewhat playful nature of his response is the one he was asked does make me think there's a serious possibility we will, at the very least, get another look at Undead Labs game this year. Something at Xbox Game Showcase 2026 in the summer is perfectly reasonable to expect and hope for. In fact, a surprise launch or shadow drop in 2026, however, is far less so. I wholeheartedly believe Microsoft will have included State of Decay 3 in the Developer Direct 2026 show if it was coming this year. Ultimately, only time will tell. More State of Decay 3 is in store for us in 2026 and will finally get a release date or window after 6 long years of wait. Whenever it does eventually arrive, note that as a first party Microsoft title, it will be available to play on Xbox Game Pass. State of Decay 2, the most recent entry of the series released in 2018, got its final update in late 2024 as the team at On the Labs focused on wholly on State of Decay 3. The update fixed a huge number of bugs and issues while also unlocking all previously limited time content for all players. So, I got a question for you, Power Boss. You think we'll see more of it this year, or do you think it's for next year?
Originally, I would have said when they showed it, that means that it was finally coming out because it's the second trailer that they put out for it
Hmm.
last. However, at the beginning of this year, when they put out that here's all the big anniversaries of the studios,
Yeah.
um, I do think that it got pushed to 2027 because of it.
Yeah, you think it's going to be 2027 title, though?
I do think that either the Game Summer Showcase or VGC or VGAs at the end of the year
Yeah.
of it more and a final release window like they've been doing, like they did with the Xbox Dev.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So I, I do think it got pushed.
I have because here's the thing, though, right? Here's the thing, though, right? We're in a big anniversary year right now, right? We're big with the 25th anniversary. It already started off, like I said. It started off for me. It started off last year when when they showed you a little bit more gameplay of Halo, right? They showed you more stuff on Halo. They showed you like oh seriously, like they gave you a good trailer for Halo, right? And now this year in January, we see what's happening. We see that they start off real sweet, real nice. They start off with these four games, which was Forza, Fable, Forza Fable. What was the other one? Forza Fable, Kiln, and the Beast of Incarnation, right?
Yeah.
Four sweet games that pretty much they look fantastic. Kiln kind of has me, like I said, a little bit like this, kind of like, I gotta give it a go before, I get like I misjudge it. But at the end of the day, though, it was four sweet games and big titles because Fable looked amazing. Forza looked amazing. And of course, Beast of Reincarnation, amazing too. I mean, three big games to start off the show, to give that show that like those games like the promotion it needs though. Because if it would have added, like for example, they would have added what's it called? They would have added Halo or Gears, stuff like that, it could probably be overhyped those other games. But at the end of the day though, happy to see they gave those games their spotlight. It was a good thing they start off the show like that. And that's another one, the Power Boss. How do you feel about the showcase, though?
I was actually a little harsh on it.
Really? What didn't you like?
That they should have showed more.
Oh, they should have showed more.
Which
Ah,
this,
okay.
this rumor that there's going to be a second developer direct, that is interesting. The first time
Yeah.
that they'll do two in 1 year,
Hmm.
and that's not including the ID at Xbox event.
Hmm.
So yeah, but yeah, I
But
was a
it's
little hard on it because of it.
because of it. But
I gave it a
was
6 out of 10.
you give it a 6 out of 10. For me, it's a 9 out of 10 because that Fable really blew my mind away. I was like, I'm ready for Fable. Let's go. But look, here's the thing though. For to start a showcase, for to start a 25th anniversary, like I said, they showed you Halo, and then they start you off with this one. I gotta say they're pretty good on track though, because I even told the chat we have anniversary this year. We got the 25th Xbox anniversary, which will probably get a big show on the 25th, 25 years of Xbox. Probably we're probably gonna get a big show or something. I don't know why I have that feeling. Seriously, I do. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, Chad. Just in case, people might say, "Oh yeah, hey, Louis said this." No, 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 because I don't. I'm not an insider. I don't pick up insider. I don't, nothing like that, though. But at the end of the day, though, it can happen because last year he mentioned some games that were going to be shown this year, which we have not seen this year alone. Not seen much about this year. I'm talking about this year because last year we at least saw Halo, but we have not seen Gears of War E Day and other stuff. So probably, they're probably making a big 25th anniversary show, or they're doing another Dev Direct, which I don't doubt they do. I don't doubt that, that in February or March you might get another announcement and we're like, whoa, more games. And then of course, the rest. The rest, I don't doubt it though. On the last, put this last update for State of Decay 2, November 24. So the whole studio has been focusing on State of Decay 3. Yes, sir. Geo Walker, 100% right. I'm happy that they're actually putting focus on it. And I'll be happy when I see finally release date and finally, that it's coming to us for us to enjoy and play. Because I really love State of Decay 2. The ratings were kind of off. That's why I listened to ratings. Because for me, the fun factor, the gameplay, I replayed that game like 5 or 6 times. It was so much fun. No joke. I almost got 1,000 achievement on it. I'm not an achievement hunter, but I almost got it because it's so much fun though. When it was at 1,000, now it's like 2,000 or I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't remember. So yeah, hey, be nice. Good morning. Good morning. I presume Forza will be PC
Uh,
day one. Yeah, it will be PC day one, of course.
the whole team working on State of Decay 2, giving the last update November 24,
Yeah.
I think is another reason why we're not going to see it this year, and that it's going to be pushed till next year.
Mm-hmm.
So
I,
that's big, big indicator, I think, that's going to actually make it better.
yep. I've been several times. I see Xbox doing more shows this year outside the normal. Honestly, these Dead Directs market games much better than standard marketing. All eyes on Xbox mindshare, 100%. And they're really cooking though. Like I said, we saw Halo in November. Now we have these 4 games this year, and probably get a little bit extra sauce on it by doing another Dev Direct or another showcase, whichever. I'm ready. I'm pumped. Having a blast playing T2 No Fate. Most use my PS5. Has gotten in a while. I've been in the game on all difficulties. All right, you got it down, bro, boy. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, it's a fun game to run around, do stuff on it. Fun, simple, no headaches, no things you got to level up. Just go in, shoot, and have fun. Love those type of games. They really did a good job with it. I'm waiting for Masters of the Universe though. Hoo-hoo, He-Man. Hoo-hoo, let's go. So, moving on up, my chat. Moving on up. But yeah, I'm hyped for State of Decay 3. Hyped 100%. I know, chat. Some of you might worry because of things they said before. But listen, if they ditch that project, I'd be like, huh? That would be a weird one because State of Decay 2 online has been popular. People are really enjoying it. People really play it. I mean, they've been updating since it came out. They've been updating the online thing since 2018 till now, and man, people have been loving it. So yeah, I have seriously in my heart, I have no doubts it will release. But if it doesn't get released, then I'll be sad though. I'll be like, oh, why this one? But yeah, shout out to 37 people here on the show. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And also hit that bell. Go for it. Let's go. Now moving on up to the big news, and this is something that I know Power Boss wants to sink his teeth in, and that is the 35th anniversary of Blizzard. Ha ha! Which kind of worries me a bit, but because it seems like they're focusing on what's old out there, and I really want to focus on what's new. To give us teasers, give us new stuff, right? I mean, I believe they'll do it though, but you know what I mean, though, right? So, real quick, I'll read this and then we'll continue on with the topic. The Diablo review Blizzard has been teasing now has an official date alongside big announcements for Overwatch, World of Warcraft, and Hearthstone. So, I got a question for you, Power Boss. Can we finally get World of Warcraft on the console or at least on PC Game Pass? What do you think?
They've already stated ahead of World of Warcraft that they are not bringing it to console, at least not anytime soon.
Okay.
Even though it does already have controller support, mind you.
All right, cool.
As far as putting the subscription into Game Pass, that's quite a possibility. But I can see that if they do that, Game Pass is going to raise again.
Uh-oh. No, don't bring that up. No, shh. No, keep it away then. Keep it over there on PC. No, shh, don't bring it away.
The only question is again by how much.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Blizzard is celebrating its 35th anniversary reveals for all of its games. Blizzard has just dropped a black spot and nostalgic boost of a video game covering its franchise that announced a new multi-part showcase event to kick off 2026. This is an announcement of an announcement, if you will, that some announcements are coming. Jeez, how many times are we going to say announcements? And yes, looks like it connects already to the Diablo 4 tease we got that something was happening in February. Uh-oh. Blizzard will be rolling out with a bunch of developer-led presentations focused on the biggest franchises, including World of Warcraft, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and Diablo. What happened to StarCraft, though? The showcase is part of Blizzard's 35th anniversary celebration and will set the stage for what's coming next this year, including
Let me stop you right there real quick.
Go for it. Go for it.
So, who was it that said it? Be Nice brought that up as well, the StarCraft game.
Yeah.
And if they're not mentioning it here for BlizzCon, they're focusing more on World of Warcraft, Hearthstone, and Overwatch and World of Warcraft.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that the StarCraft game is going to be shown at this new developer direct or the ID at Xbox or, well, I don't think the ID at Xbox, of course, but or the June showcase.
To be honest, though, because here's the thing, though, if they're gonna show a new StarCraft game, it's gonna be like a teaser trailer. It's not gonna be like a big. I don't feel like it's gonna be a big thing unless if they've been working on it for years, though. That could be, that could happen, though, because it could be.
They've always revived the StarCraft Ghost game.
I mean, yeah, but if they're gonna revive the StarCraft Ghost, though, for example, they probably like put a teaser trailer on it to get people hyped up, though. Like because at the end of the day, though, like if they go out there and show you like a full thing, I'll be impressed though because I'll be like, wow, they had this hidden and they're probably working on it to release, because again, we all know that games take like 5 or 6 years to develop, but yeah, it would be perfect if they showed it on BlizzCon though. That seriously, the Blizzard fans will be happy. They'll be super happy if they see that though out there. They would. I'll be happy too because StarCraft is such a cool game. Blizzard President Joanna Ferris says that the company's teams have a strong lineup of announcements planned and that the showcase is only the beginning of what Blizzard intends to reveal throughout the year. Oh, wow. So there could be more, like you said, though. Where you can watch the Blizzard presentations, which we will watch it here live with you guys. Each presentation will stream on Blizzard's official YouTube and Twitch channels with the following schedule. So, chat, we're going to stream this live, see what cooks. World of Warcraft sets of Azeroth. Oh, wow. Wait. Oh, I thought it was today, though. Say, what? No. So it's going to be January 29th, which lands this Thursday. I'll start with
2 days
one.
from now. 2 days from
2 days from now, right? 2 days from now. We're going to have it 12 p.m. Eastern, right? That's for World of Warcraft. Overwatch Spotlight for February 10 a.m., 1 p.m. Eastern. which shall be February 4th, which will land, let me see, on a Wednesday of next week. And what's the other one? Diablo 30th anniversary, 11th of February, which is will be another week later. It will be 2 p. Let me see, 5 p.m. Eastern, which will be 6 p.m. for me. Yeah, 5 p.m. Eastern.
And Hearthstone on February 9th.
And Hearthstone on February 9th. That's true. So Hearthstone February 9th will be on a Monday. All right. So that week we got two more showcases. Wow, we got two or three showcases. I mean, if it's only going to be about this, it's only updates for that. It'll be like, hmm. Let's see what they're bringing to the table, though. For Diablo fans, the February 11th slot immediately stands out. Blizzard has already been teasing that something Diablo related will be revealed in February, and this anniversary spotlight lines up perfectly with that timing. Whether we see something more of the Lord of Hatred expansion, a reveal of what second class loot class is, or something even bigger, I have no idea. But this is the day I am most eager to tune in. Alongside the showcase announcement, Blizzard also released a new video titled Blizzard The Next Chapter, which looks at the company's history, roughly 400 physical artifacts from its archives. Ooh. That sounds interesting, though. The next chapter. Ooh. This video is sure to give you chills if you're a fan of Blizzard's beloved franchise, and I've already watched it 10 times this morning, thinking wistfully of simpler times. I gotta watch that video, see what's cooking in there. Let me see if I can play it real quick. It's only a minute long. Okay, let's cut the sound because we don't want a copyright strike. But that's cool though. Let's see if we pause it for a moment. We already have that game on Xbox. Okay, let's keep going. Blizzard. We got Warcraft there. Lords of the Clans. Okay. We're seeing Warcraft. We're seeing Diablo. Wow, that's pretty cool. Oh wow, that's an old computer. Wow, StarCraft. So yeah, they're showing you StarCraft though. So there could be a StarCraft announcement here. Because if they're teasing you with all this stuff and these big titles though, because if StarCraft is on there, something's gonna happen. I have a feeling something's gonna happen because this is like a teaser thing though. But it looks cool. Look at World of Warcraft there. Nice. Hey, PMS Jordan, good morning. How you doing? What's up? Happy to see you over there on Twitch. And let's see. But yeah, see, look, we're getting more StarCraft though. I'm doing good, just chilling here with Power Boss and watching this Blizzard trailer though. So yeah, Power Boss, I mean, you watching this video with me. What do you think of what you're seeing though? Now we're seeing hey Joey, what's up? We're seeing Warcraft. I mean, we're seeing Overwatch now. What do you think of this teaser though? So much being shown though. What is that? A new empire.
I mean, it looks like they're showing literally the entire history of everything that's come out from Blizzard, except for the
Yeah.
Call of Duty franchise.
Uh-oh.
And
here, though?
we know it's usual.
Oh.
Writing something, but
Yeah,
Uh,
but that
I
looks
do
like
al-
this is gonna be the next chapter though.
I do also think if they're talking about the next chapter, it
Yeah.
could also be teasing StarCraft 3, which we haven't seen in a while.
Whoo!
Haven't seen a
That
new
game.
StarCraft.
Woo! That is
So
like
as StarCraft goes, it could be another RTS.
because here's the thing about StarCraft though. StarCraft feels like it's damn Counter Strike. They keep updating graphics. Stop updating it. Give us something new. Even though the formula works though, because I mean, look at Counter Strike though. Counter Strike has been going on since 1994. I think I'm just kidding. I saw that in what was it? What's that movie called? The guy that talks about Waterboy. Yeah, Waterboy. Since 1994. Just saying that joke though. But yes, for me, StarCraft has been out for so long. The StarCraft game, we're missing out on it. So it says here, COD was Activision. Yeah, I know. Which is Activision, not Blizzard. Really? What about Blizzard's new game? That is a good question, Judas Roars. That's something, we're probably going to see in this showcase because we have the 35th anniversary come up. We see that they're talking about pretty much everything like they have done throughout the years. Diablo, StarCraft, Overwatch, all those great games. They've really done fantastic with all those games, right?
What's
But
interesting is Overwatch just announced that Overwatch 2 is shutting down. So why are they going to have an Overwatch announcement here?
so wait, Overwatch 2 is shutting down?
Yeah,
What?
in February.
Hold on a second.
They're shutting down the servers for Overwatch 2. almost 10 years to the day.
Oh, I think it says here. Look, I just looked for it, and it says literally they say no, it's not shutting down though. Hold on, let me see. Forums prediction: Overwatch will shut down. A letter will be bought of public announcements on setting servers, but that was like a person that put it out there. But yeah, I don't see any reports on it being shut down though. Because if it was shut down, Blizzard would have come out and said it though. But I don't. There's nothing out there about it. So probably it was like someone who how it is in the internet that people say stuff out there, and so people pick up on it and start talking like, yeah, it's gonna happen. But I just looked at it on Google, and it says Overwatch 2 is not shutting down. Remains active, free to play live service game from Blizzard with reports indicating striving and expanding with new upcoming content in 2026. So yeah, I think that was people just
That I
throwing
stand
stuff.
corrected. That I stand
Yeah.
corrected.
Yeah, it's people throwing out stuff out there because you know how it is. You know how it is. They love to throw stuff out there and make people kind of scared though about it. To me, WoW being free but a monthly sub per character, I think they can maintain the model and put it in Game Pass. Really, you think that's gonna happen though? But the question is, will they increase Game Pass if that game goes in there? Please, Lord, no. We don't need
And
another
shout
Game
out
Pass
to
increase.
Joey in the chat.
What's up, my brother Joey? How you doing, Joey? How's work, buddy? I know you gotta be working, bro. You says if they increase myself for a game I don't play, I'll be pissed, says Yubei. I think increase the price of Game Pass. But yeah, Chad, like we were saying though, I'm excited for Blizzard. What are they gonna come in and what are they gonna bring? Because look, 35 years. Ooh, that's a long time though to keep like keeping a box alive for 35 years or keeping a company like franchise like that for alive for 35 years and doing well. You know, did you see COD? I didn't see COD. What's on the bottom and the end of the video? It's like something from Doom. Okay, I'll look back to it real quick. Let me see if I can see something that's at the final part of the video, though. It says a new empire, but that's part of Overwatch, though. It seems like. Let me see Arena against the Tide. No, there's nothing about Doom, though. This says Diablo 30. That's it. BlizzCon 2026. And a big gauntlet though seems like to be with Overwatch. What's up, Mithy Cheetah? How you doing? I hate the morning shift. Why do you hate it though, Joey? It's better than the night shift though. Night means you gotta be up though all night. Oh, I know why he hates it though. I get it. Never mind. Never mind. Take that back. Take that back. But yeah, I didn't see anything about Doom though down here. No, there's nothing about Doom, and I don't think Blizzard will do something with Doom though. But yeah, this is a video that we gotta like sit down and look at it really nice and slow. Like take your time to see everything that's on the screen though, because there's a lot of things happening on the screen. Like they show you like the history, how they build up to the end, and in the end part though, we see the Xbox, which is funny because people don't mention it. And look at it right here. The Xbox is right here. No joke. Look right there. Look at that good old mighty box over there. Now the question is, what is on the screen though? It has like a thing with an ice on it, and someone with the sword. There's something on the screen though, right there that we gotta check it out what it is though. Well, I see there's a character with a sword, a monster with like two things on its back. I see the mouth of the monster though, but I don't know what's showing though. And we see the box right there, which is the Xbox though. Do you guys see what I mean, chat? On the screen though? Do you see it? Do you see a power boss on it? There's something on the screen though that they do not talk about though.
It looks like it's some sort of like an open editor.
Yeah, it looks like a trailer though. It's a trailer
Um,
about something though. What is it? We don't know.
I do think that we're going to see more of that whenever one of these showcases come out.
Yeah, that's what they're building, and it says LFG right there on the hat, which is let's F and go. You know.
But yeah, Xbox Series X and the controller right beside it.
There it is. Like I said, we gotta sit down and dissect everything that goes on there. Seriously, there's a lot of things happening in this video, though. They give you partly someone could take a hint out of that and see, like, oh, they're showing this. There's so much going on, though. But this trailer, though, is interesting, though, because you see they're doing something there. Is it new? Is it not? Because it's the next chapter. Yet they don't give us hints about it. I don't know what is this right here. You know where it says Diablo 30 underneath that edit right there. What is that
That
about?
Omega symbol looking thing is the
Yeah,
horse symbol. World of
the
Warcraft.
World of Warcraft. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Just yeah, because you guys know your stuff though. But wow, when we go look back at all this video, the history on it, you got the Super NES, World of Warcraft. Oh my god, this is so cool. StarCraft all over the place. But yeah, if StarCraft is shown, we're probably gonna see something about StarCraft though. And then that final part of the video though, like I mentioned right here, something's up there. If it's the next StarCraft, like I said, they show you like some gameplay and things, I'll be like, what? That would be amazing though. That'd be amazing. It would be. So let's see. Joey says,
I
my
might have to
prediction.
2 minute watch it.
Yeah, seriously, we gotta sit down tomorrow. I'm pretty sure StarCraft remasters are also coming to all platforms. Warcraft 1, 2, and 3 are also remasters coming to all platforms. New StarCraft spin-off third-person shooter. Move WoW expansions to and coming to Game Pass. Oh Lord, Joy. Oh no. If that comes in, they're probably gonna increase the prices. Please, Lord, no. No, no, no. What are your predictions, Power Boss? What do you think is gonna happen?
That is a heavy, heavy hand, Joey. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie. Um, like I said, we know that Diablo's coming out with something big. They
Mhm.
said that they're coming out with new Overwatch stuff. Hearthstone, I think, is just the next expansion evolution of the card game. You know, that game's just been going strong. It's a nice time killer.
Mhm.
Uh, but I think the two biggest announcements out of it are probably going to be the new StarCraft Ghost game and the new StarCraft, hopefully, teaser for StarCraft 3 finally after
Yeah.
years. I know World of Warcraft is getting its next expansion. I don't know which way it's going to go. I haven't played Warcraft in a number of years now.
Really?
Uh, I mean, I did play it a lot. I do enjoy it, but I just haven't played it lately. 2, 3 years now. But it's looking like it's going to be pretty heavy.
Yeah, it seems so. It seems so. Like I said, we are in a stage right now that is insane. We got 3 anniversaries happening, which is amazing. So why the heck not bring something new, bring something refreshing? Because look, let's be honest though, a lot of people, and I'm being serious, a lot of people do not like okay, we're getting an expansion, cool, but we want to see something new. Everybody's always looking for that new factor, you know. Some people love the expansions, which I get it. Some people do, but some of us like want to see. Okay, what are you gonna bring next? I mean, Blizzard, are you ready to move up to like a new stage? Are you ready to show us something new? Like for example, that StarCraft goes, StarCraft coming back. Any Fallout stuff. In order for us to find out about Fallout, that's Bethesda. When is the Bethesda 45th anniversary showcase? I don't know when it's going to be, but it's got to be sometime this year. Power Boss, you know something about it for the Bethesda showcase?
Nothing as of yet. I haven't heard anything about Bethesda or
Yeah.
ZeniMax doing anything this year. We know there's going to be another ESO expansion at some point this year,
Yeah.
probably, or an
Mm-hmm.
announcement. Uh, there's supposed to be some more stuff about Fallout New Vegas remaster or Fallout 3 new remaster. Maybe a teaser for Fallout 5, but I think that's not going to be until after they launch ES6. Um, and the Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 remaster, I think, are not being made by Bethesda themselves, so we could see both of those at the same time. I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing new stuff from Bethesda. I always like Bethesda games.
Mm-hmm. I mean, anything new is fantastic though, and the Fallout though, the thing we're probably gonna see new, if you're gonna see Fallout 5, is probably gonna be a teaser though, because at the end of the day though, they're probably bringing back New Vegas because of the TV show. They're probably remastering New Vegas. They're probably remastering, Fallout 3, which a lot of people are waiting for and they're pretty much excited for. But yeah, that's probably what we're gonna see out there. Yeah. Hold on, chat. 1 second.
And I do think Gears E Day, Clockwork Revolution, and more Halo are going to be shown at this second coming of the Xbox Developer Direct that they're talking about.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there's got to be more stuff, and at least, I think because there's something that we saw from Fable. They said, "Oh, it's going to be for autumn, something like that," but we do
Yeah,
not have a release date yet. So that probably would be the perfect setting to give you a Fable release date. It's also perfect setting, to like I say, if they do have a second showcase because, like I said, I have a feeling. I don't know why, but I have a feeling we're going to have something big. Because look, this is the 25th. We saw the 20th anniversary, and a lot of us were like, yeah, it was okay. This one needed to be big and huge. And for them going out there announcing,
question.
what's up?
Do you think they're going to have an entire Xbox Developer Direct Showcase Part 2? Or are they just going to say that this showcase is going to be just all the anniversaries put into one?
That's a good question, though. I don't know.
Maybe that's why they're thinking it's going to be a second Xbox Dev Direct. It's going to be all the anniversaries of the three big studios: Xbox itself,
hmm
Bethesda, and ABK.
And maybe my chat in this anniversary, they could announce a new console. Hey, hey, can you imagine that, Power Boss? Oh man, if they could like start
That
announcing
would
new.
be horribly bad
Why would you think it would be horribly bad though? Why?
because of the RAM crisis right now. You know how much that would cost? It would be like a $2,000 console. It's insane.
Is it say it's me, the broke boy Lewis, with another $5 super? Cha-cha-da-da-cha-cha-cha. He says, "Fi that game Xbox had at the summer showcase, no ghost at the Grand, as a demo on stream right now." Really? Oh, gonna check that one out. Gonna check that one out. No ghost at the Grand. Gonna check that one out then. Oh yeah, let's go, let's go. Excited for another expensive console. Laugh out loud. Look, no, no, no. What I'm saying is, they could announce the console, but the release window will be like final 2027, 2028, though. But as much as I want Xbox to do a WrestleMania level event with all their studios and companies to celebrate everyone's anniversaries, MS ain't spending money for that. I think they will, though. I think they will because look, at the end of the day, if they don't go big with this anniversary, it's not gonna look pretty. It's not like the 20th anniversary that they all they did was like give us a controller, I think it was, and something else. This one they gotta go big because the thing is though, Phil Spencer last year came out and talked about what's going to be shown next year. He talked about Gears, all these games, which we just saw like one or two, which was Fable and Forza. Yet we have not seen another Halo or Gears. All we got was a teaser of Gears, last year. But yes, people want to see what's cooking with Gears, though. They want to see it. So they probably will do. I don't know if they're gonna do another Xbox Developer Direct, or they're gonna do a 50th anniversary thing. I don't know. I mean, not 50, 25. Sorry, I don't know why I have 50 in my head though. Wow, I don't know if we'll be there for the 50th anniversary, but yeah, they got to do something big though. They got to do something big because they got to really promote things out there right now. They got to, especially with how things are these days. With the
I
brand price going
mean,
up.
the only way we're going to know is whenever they come out with this anniversary
Mhm.
showcase, whatever it um, is if the rumors were true that that's why they didn't do a year in review.
Yeah, that was another thing though that we didn't get the year in review, which we did not understand why. We don't get it why, but okay, sure,
I
okay.
mean, now we understand that it's because they're coming out with all these anniversaries this year, but
Uh,
it still only goes so far.
Phil ain't MSCEO. That's Satya and the boss of the head of financials. Yeah, I know that I get it, I get it. But at the end of the day, though, remember, Joey, they have an $80 billion investment in there that they got to bring back. At least they got to do something cool about it. At least something cool. Nothing that you know. huh. Because just Blizzard alone, we're getting what is it? 4 shows right now. 4 shows as of now. We're getting. We don't know how long it's going to be, but we're getting like four shows on just Blizzard alone. We're getting BlizzCon is coming back this year too. So yeah, that's money heavily invested. Another thing though I saw though that people did not bring up, which is going to be interesting, is how they invested in F1 and they're investing right now on Mercedes Benz. Wow, wow, wow! I saw that and I was like, ooh man. I was like, that is a lot of money being invested. So we're probably gonna see Mercedes Benz cars, with like they did. I think it was last year they did it with Indiana Jones. If you guys don't watch Formula One, I did watch it. There was one car that had it was like seriously covered it with the Indiana Jones thing. It was pretty cool. I loved it. I was like, whoa! So can you imagine the Mercedes Benz cars, covered with Fable, covered with Halo? You see the guys wear the Halo helmet. Oh man, that would be amazing though. So yeah, they're really investing into stuff. They really are. But yeah, Power Boss. I mean, anything else you want to say about BlizzCon and anything about Blizzard or anything about the anniversaries?
So we know we got
Yes.
4 Blizzard events:
Yep,
BlizzCon,
BlizzCon. Yep.
ID at Xbox,
Oh,
Partner
yeah, Xbox.
Showcase,
Yep, yep.
Summer Showcase,
Mm-hmm.
Game Awards,
It cut
and they're
off
talking about an anniversary event and
So
a
I
second
think she
Xbox
put
Dev
the
Direct.
in his car.
That's
So
10
it
events
did
this year alone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's a
11 if you include the one that we just had.
oh, well, 11 plus. There's the Bethesda one that you got to add to it, right? I think QuakeCon's coming back too, right? QuakeCon, right? Let me see. QuakeCon.
I don't know about QuakeCon, but yeah, that puts it up to 12. QuakeCon will put it up to 13.
So QuakeCon returns to 2025. Let's see for 2026. For 2026. Let's see now. Let's see now. QuakeCon 2026 is expected to mark the 30th anniversary, generating significant anticipation for major announcements. Following teasers for future developments in 2025, even though specific dates for 2026 are not yet finalized. Okay, so yeah, it seems like there is going
And
to be QuakeCon.
Dubé is right. 14th would be Minecraft.
when I was
Oh wow, they have a lot of showcase. Blizzard show, June showcase is another, QuakeCon is another show, King Kong and TGS. Yeah, we also have the partner showcase that usually do like around November, something like that. Real quick, let me go take a tinkle. Power Boss take over. I'll be right back. Chat. Be nice to Power Boss, like you always are. Be right back. Be right back. Be right back.
I don't care. Be as mean as you like.
Oh, wait.
Yep,
Let me
Mr.
get the camera
Kima.
focused because it follows me. Stay still, camera. Okay, there you go. Be right back.
How y'all doing, chat?
Enjoy the painting.
No. QuakeCon is not ZeniMax and Bethesda. That is 2 different studios. Because Quake is another Doom franchise.
okay, for this patient, our service is being for
Okay, it is ZeniMax. It is not Bethesda, though, because it's id Software, which are both under the ZeniMax umbrella. But yeah, Quake is id Soft under ZeniMax. Welcome in. Why so serious? Shout out to Mr. Kima. Yeah, I said the ID at Xbox Partner Direct.
Okay, so
Um,
for someone to diagnostic computed tomography for
I'm back. I'm back. All right.
Well, no, Bethesda is the RPG side, Joey. id Soft under ZeniMax, not Bethesda.
All right, I'm back, chat. I think Quake is ID soft.
plans website.
Yeah,
No,
because
and id Software under ZeniMax, not Bethesda under ZeniMax.
yeah.
They're both under ZeniMax, though. So
Yeah,
QuakeCon is under the
Okay, so we're gonna try
ZeniMax
something.
showcase later.
Let me try something.
Yeah. Playing Black Myth right now before I start cleaning the house. Oh wow. Don't forget that Xbox Partners Direct for third parties. Yep, that one comes around like in November, like I mentioned earlier. But yeah, this year alone we have a lot of things cooking. And look, if we do get that the second Developers Direct, which like I said, I don't know why I have a feeling that we will. But again, take it as a grain of salt. I always say this: wait till the company to confirm. Because at the end of the day, though, I don't want to overhype things, and then things don't come out and be like, "Oh, Louis said this," stuff like that. No. I just said I have a feeling, though. We can all have this feeling, but if it does come, it will be pretty awesome. Because again, a lot of people were asking like, "Where's Gears? Where's this? Where's that?" And for me, like this show was to spotlight Forza, Kiln, Beast of Reincarnation, and Fable, which gave it its spotlight because these days people have been talking about Fable a lot, showing
But
what we
because there was
saw.
no Halo and Gears, that's another reason why I rated it harshly, like I did.
Yeah. Oh, I can
Now,
imagine because you
now,
did
now
not get
I
your
will say,
Halo.
I will
Yeah.
say,
What?
if they show a second Xbox Dev Direct, like we're talking about, like
Yeah.
this website is coming up, then I would say I would push it to a 7, and I'll rate both shows individually.
So if I do it this way,
Oh, you push it to 7. But here's what's funny though, Power Boss, and I even talked about this because even the chat was asking me like, "Where's Halo?" I'll say, "We just saw Halo 2 months ago."
And I won't even say that I held no Shadow Drop against them because the day before we got the Ninja Gaiden Ragebound into Game Pass.
authorization.
Mm-hmm. I totally forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me that because I am going to download that game and start playing it. After I put another 2 or 3 hours into High Guard. Yeah, I'm gonna give it one last chance before I go in and delete it. Yeah. And tomorrow I'll give you guys my final thoughts about High Guard, give you my review about it 100%. Because I don't want to be that guy that I played it for an hour, be like, oh, he only played it for an hour. I'm going to give it as 2 or 3 hours, later on today when I do all the errands I got to do and all that stuff. We can expect every Xbox game, every Xbox show. Some shows are meant for certain games. Yep, 100%. But yeah, either way though, it will be amazing if they actually deliver on that. I'll be like, whoa, another developer direct. And if we're hearing stuff like this and rumors are floating around about it, it could be true that it can happen. But again, chat, take it for the grain of salt and wait for the company to announce it. That's what I gotta say about that though. That's what I gotta say. Anything you want to tackle, Power Boss, my friend? Anything you want to bring into subject? Because if not, I'm gonna jump into Twitter to see what's cooking.
Go right ahead.
All right, we'll go right ahead. Everybody's like, Jeff Keighley should apologize to us. Ooh. So let me see something because I want to see something here.
Oh, Jeff Keighley is getting cooked.
I can't say for sure.
The question is, when is it? When isn't he getting cooked though for anything he does though?
I know for the
No, he's
website,
getting especially
first
cooked for
I
High
went
Guard
straight to the website for the
because
Really?
it turns out that he's the one who went to the developers, played High Guard, and asked them to be on his show to give him a trailer that they
you know
said that it was supposed to be what was shown plus another like 25-minute in-depth review or something of the game, and that
Yeah.
was not supposed to be till the launch day of the game.
Oh wow,
And
really?
and Jeff Keighley did not make them pay for their spot, and he himself is the one who said put it at the end.
So real quick,
To hype it up.
what I did also
Yeah,
find
to hype it up. But listen, I
But
don't find.
he's the one.
responsibility.
But look. I don't find anything wrong with what he did with the game, right? That's pretty. That's actually a nice gesture, hyping up the game, everything. But the thing is that I really do not like is how you overhype it. There's one thing you hype, and then you overhype. You know what I mean, right? By the overhype situation, like getting everyone to jump in the game, come out and say, "Oh yeah," and then he comes out there on Twitter and says, "Well, you guys are going to owe me an apology in 48 hours." I'm like, for what? When I saw it, I was like, "What are you talking about? Apology for what, though?" And then I figured I was like, "Oh, it's High Guard." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Because the funny thing is, nobody was like, they saw the trailer. Nobody, everybody that saw the trailer was like, okay, this is like, But at the end, though, they all came
And
in
you're
and said,
trying to tell
exactly.
me that High Guard is bigger than the Divinity that they showed?
Hmm.
I would have
Hmm.
had the Divinity as the closer instead of High Guard,
Oh,
honestly.
that's true though. That's true. I mean, he really put that game in a bad spot right there. Like the last show, like to promote it, like to get because he loves the studio and everything. Cool, but seriously, why? You should have put that like close to the end or in the middle, but not the final trailer though. That was weird though. Pickle says, "I'm going to give you an example of an overhyped game, GTA 6." Oh, but here's the thing though, Pickles. GTA is always overhyped, no matter what. They don't need, to be honest, though, they don't even need to overhype it, because it's since they show you the game, it's already overhyped. It's different from this one though. This is a game that people sat down and developed it, and it's actually a new thing, right? But at the end though, we looked at it like, huh, what's going on here? And for it to close the show though, it's crazy. That was not a game to close the show though. It should have put that in the middle though. They should have put that in the middle, because at the end of the day though, people were tired of the show. Like the final trailer should have been something to get people pumped, but it was like people were tired, and then they bring you a trailer of something like, what is this? Like what's happening here? And not only that, comes out, and you're like, right, like okay, you know, it's just, let's see. You get to pick your character. The character does all these cool moments like with the sticks and everything, doing backflips and jumping into the earth, throwing things out there and stuff. I'm like, what do you need to make all these animations for? Just launch the dang game.
If you want to laugh, go watch Asmongold play it.
Oh god, I was watching the Oh No It's Alex video, and I saw someone like, bro, I'm sorry, but this game is boring. I'm leaving. I'm like, oh god, this is awful. This is awful though. This is awful. Another game I can give you out. Sparkling Zero was overhyped as well. Well, I mean it's tough to face Dragon Ball fans though. I mean they always overhype. I mean look, we're
Hey,
getting.
I love Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I don't know what you're talking about, Pickles. You
I
get
know
that
what
out of
he's
your mouth
talking
right now.
about. It's like right now, like we're getting, what is the remaster of the Gods Battles, whatever it's called. I'm like, why do you this thing came out like, what was it, 10 years ago? You guys are doing remaster thing about it. Why? So I saw Dragon Ball the other day. I sat down and watched like 2 years ago. I said, okay, now it's time for me to watch everything of Dragon Ball. So I sat down and watched everything from Super, which was cool. Can you imagine me going back now and rewatching this again? I'm like, no, no, seriously, no. Why? Why for what? Why? But yeah, but I know what he means though, because the thing about Dragon Ball is every time you play a Dragon Ball game, it's always the same thing. You start by facing Raditz, and then you go up to face Vegeta, then you go up to face Majin Buu. No, wait, Raditz. No, wait, not Majin Buu. Cell, Majin Buu, and then the rest. I know what he gets though.
You missed a few in between there.
I know I missed a few in between, but shit, there's so it's the same story though.
Well, no, because Xenoverse did not. Xenoverse actually
Oh,
had
Xenoverse
branching
is good.
storylines, and it also went into original Dragon Ball, where it was the Red Ribbon Army.
Oh, nice, nice.
So you forget about that one.
Why don't they sit down and say, okay, let's make a game where Goku starts as a kid and just grow it all up, which that would be, but yeah, that's just them. Or change the story though, like make Goku as a kid, make him Super Saiyan 10. I don't know, just do something different though.
They did that with GT. Don't forget.
Oh, with GT? Oh, I know. But no,
Yeah.
no, but we did not have the Red Ribbon Army. Something, just add new bad guys or something. I'd like a new badass, something like that. I don't know. At least Kakarot was the new art. Yeah, I did play Kakarot. I did not like Kakarot. I was like, no, this game is not for me though. No, no, I did not like it though. That's personal opinion, guys. If you guys loved it, cool. But for personal sake, I did not like it though. Hey. GT's got one of the most coolest endings out there. I love GT though. It was fun for me. It was. But yeah. Also, the
I've
breakers
got all of the DVDs plus the first three Lost episode discs
of what, Dragon Ball?
of Dragon Ball GT.
Oh god, wow. It was pretty good though. I liked it. Some people might say no, it's dark. Nah, I liked it. It was pretty good for me. I like how it ended though. The ending was perfect. But I get it. I get it. You guys wanted to sort of continue, which we got Super, which Super was pretty cool too. I gotta say, I really enjoy Super though. I really enjoy Super. It gave me justice though. But bringing it back in though, let's see what else on Twitter. I was gonna mention this. Let's talk a little bit about this. So, Power Boss, I want to hear your thoughts about this thing right here. Bring it up to the screen, and that is high likelihood PS6 will launch after 2028, according to an analyst forecast. The Sony focuses on extending PS5 life cycle. What do you think about this though? We might see it soon or not?
I have said that if it's any sooner than 2030, then this is going to be the worst PS5 generation out of any PlayStation generation. The fewest games, fewest exclusives, and not worth it to buy the console for anything. And I have a PS5. I know you do too, Louis.
I know I do. I got someone who borrowed it because it wasn't doing nothing there though.
I would literally trade in my PS5 at that point because it would not be worth it. Or I'd trade in my PS4 and give my PS5 to my stepson upstairs.
But here's the thing, though, right? Here's the thing. When would it be right to release these consoles? Because we got a problem here, though, right? And the problem is, I saw something. I even talked with Joy about it. Okay, even though they're sitting at 90 million consoles shipped, though, but the sales were down by a lot, though. They were down by a lot. And we probably, especially like we are talking about RAM price, the RAM price is going high. We probably see another price hike coming soon on all these boxes. We will probably see that, chat. I'm not confirming it because, like I said last year, and I keep on to it. It's a weird situation now with these price hikes. With the RAM and everything, that things might go up. They might. They might. I mean, people are talking about it, trembling about it. Even Nintendo's looking at it and thinking about raising the price, though. But the thing is, if the PS5 gets another price hike, if the Xbox gets another price hike, right? How can we get people to come around and buy this box, though? So when is it going to be too soon, like to release these boxes, though? When will it be, though? That's the thing, though. Do we have to wait till
I
2030, though?
think I think that the price hike situation and the RAM crisis shortage is supposed to last until early 2028.
Yeah.
And then everything is going to start coming down. I think we're going to
Keep going, sorry.
console uh, probably either later this year or next, but they're not going to announce a release date for them.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking Xbox is probably going to release mid 28, and the PlayStation 6 should be about 2030.
2030, though. Yeah, because here's the thing, though, right? I mean, you said that it's one of the worst gens when it comes down to. But look, it's been like for all these boxes for me, it's been a crazy gen. It's been bad for all of them because I mean, to be honest, though, even though PlayStation has 90 million shipped, and people were like, "Oh, no, you're wrong," because PlayStation has made a lot of money. Dude, I'm talking about hardware in general, though. We got these hardware boxes that we don't know if we're gonna see them be pushed to the limit yet. We don't know if we're probably gonna see it this gen, though. Now, do I think they can last a bit longer? Yeah, I think so. They can, though. But the question is, if they keep raising the prices, how are we going to get people to come jump into these boxes, though, with these price hikes? Because it's a 7-year-old
Well,
technology by now, though.
just like the 360 gen,
Yeah.
and Phil Spencer saying that the PS 4 and the Xbox 360 or Xbox One gen was the worst gen for them to lose, building digital libraries.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The hardcore big library fans of PlayStation are going to still buy a PlayStation. Let's not kid around the bush.
Oh, I
They
know that, boy.
have
Yeah.
a PlayStation, they have their libraries, they will buy the PS6. There
Mm-hmm.
are some that, if you can access your PlayStation library on the new Xbox, are going to switch.
Mm-hmm.
People like you and I that have PlayStation, have Xbox, have Steam, and PCs are going to get more for our dollar out of the Play Anywhere titles, buy it once on Xbox or buy it on Steam, and you can play it on your Xbox anyway. And PlayStation is going to be going day and date sooner than later. We already know that for a fact because even they said themselves, it's like printing money.
Yep.
What are
Yeah.
you, it costs anywhere between 5,000 and 10 million for them to do a port, depending on whether it's in-house or a separate studio after release.
So let's see here. It says a recent analyst report has suggested that Sony may push the launch of PlayStation 6 beyond 2028 and lengthen the PlayStation 5 life cycle. Out of Sony's quarter financial due to February 5th, 2026, David Gibson, senior analyst of MST International, who focus on game and tech companies, published a Japanese language report giving insights into the Sony's group performance and the potential next moves. So according to Gibson, Sony's earnings for the third quarter are expected to exceed forecasts, with strong sales of first and third party games driving growth. He also noted that game network services, including PC and subscriptions, are set to remain strong. Q3 sales are predicted to the total of 1.8 trillion yen, with operating income 160 yen, approximately 1 billion. Sony expects the PS5 life cycle to be longer than the previous console generations, Gibson says, adding this likely is to push the PS6 launch back from previous predictions. There's a high likelihood that the PS6 will occur after 2028. If Gibson is right, we won't see the PS6 until 2029 at the earliest. Hints that Sony aims to extend the PS5 lifecycle can be seen in recent moves made by the company in a bid to make PS5 more affordable to domestic players. Sony launched reduced price Japan-only PS5 consoles model in November. It has also implemented planned price cuts to PS5 consoles to Black Friday in the US and elsewhere. This suggests Sony is trying to attract more users its 5-year-old console and expand its audience. Wow, you guys are 5 years old. I think we're at 6 though. We're almost 6 years old with these boxes though. But the thing is though, and I'm seeing this right, and I keep on saying it though. Like this year alone, I see that the console sales for PlayStation have dropped. Right, they have dropped. I'm not saying that it's dead because they have dropped. It's because people nowadays are just not purchasing these boxes, and with the new tech floating around, and
Well,
things
let's
that are
also not
happening.
forget that it's also reached market saturation.
Yeah, there's market saturation, right? That's true though. That's another one that's true though. But here's the thing though, right? You see people are trying out this new tech. And it's what Shuhei said after he got the Raw Guy X and he came out and said it says Sony. It's not gonna be anymore about the power. You gotta do something else. You gotta change something, right? But the thing is though, the thing is, what are you guys going to change over here to attract these players out there? Because look, we have PS4, still people playing on PS4. We still have people playing on Xbox because we have a situation, and that is as long as they have these games playing on the box, these three big games, because we see what are they playing the most, or these 3 to 4, 5 games playing on this box, which is Fortnite, Call of Duty, Fortnite, Call of Duty, GTA, Roblox, Minecraft, and then the sports games, right? Which we've seen that are on that box. How are you going to force them to say, "Hey, you got to come over here"? Because the thing is, these companies are afraid of leaving behind because over there on the PS4, same with the PS5, right? And same with Xbox, you see these guys even purchasing a lot into it. The question is, when are they going to ditch that gen? When are they going to jump away? Or when is PlayStation going to say, okay, it's done? Like, for example, they did it with the PS Plus thing. They said no more games on PS Plus for PlayStation 4, right? They said that the other day. Something came out, a report came out with that. Now the question is, even though you guys are not putting the games on there, right? Do you think these guys will care for that? I don't think so because they're playing these games on there, these main focus games. So how are you going to get them to jump to the PS5? How are you going to get them to jump into the PS6? That is the question, though. And the only way they can do that is if Fortnite Epic comes out and says, "Hey, we're not anymore doing anything for the PS4," and Call of Duty comes out, "We're not doing anything anymore for the PS4, the Xbox One, nothing like that." You got to move up to the new gens. But that's the thing, though.
Well, see, here's the thing about Xbox. It's
Yeah.
backwards and forwards compatible, so for Xbox, it doesn't matter.
Oh, 100%. It doesn't
So
matter,
you can
though.
go and buy the Xbox One X or
Hmm.
One S, God forbid, or the Xbox Series S even, and be perfectly fine playing all these games.
Hmm. Hmm.
Whereas the PlayStation, they don't have that ability. You still can't play, what, 95% of the PS3 library? And even then, even if you own the physical PS1, 2, 3, and 4 discs, 9 times out of 10, you have to pay for that game again to get the digital game on a PS5.
Hmm.
Only some select PS4 games, like God of War Ragnarok, can you actually put the disc in as a PS4 game and get the PS5 version. Horizon Forbidden West was another one. But even The Last of Us and 1 and 2, you have to pay for the upgrade in order to be able to play the PS5 version of it.
Yeah.
They've remastered that so many times. We're sick of it.
So Jay Reezy with a $5 super says PlayStation own business strategy isn't going to work for them going forward. They have no choice but to bend the knee and follow Xbox. PS no identity. Wow. Wow. Damn, Jay Reezy, that was sharp though. Because here's the thing though, right? Look, guys, I always mention you guys ABK. ABK showed us the truth about the exclusive. They weaponized exclusives in 20 after the Xbox One X came out because they did not have any more arguments of the whole power situation. So the weaponized exclusives, and now we found out the truth about the whole exclusive situation. It was all a crazy lie because they were saying that exclusives push consoles, but then we found out what actually really pushed the PlayStation, and that was Call of Duty. The exclusives might have helped 100%. I'm not saying they wouldn't help though, but it didn't do as much as Call of Duty did. That's why they were out there in ABK on their knees saying, please, please, pretty please, Microsoft, don't make this exclusive. We will die out here. And trying to get the CMA and trying to get the FTC to revoke this thing like crazy. That's what they did.
I want to put this out there as well.
What's up?
Any game that PlayStation released, whether it be Spider-Man 2, God of War Ragnarok, Helldivers 2, whatever, that was PlayStation exclusive on the console. Yes, I know Helldivers was PC as well. I'm just talking about from the console sales charts perspective.
Yeah.
Any game that you saw that even broke the top 10, Spider-Man 2 was one of them, as an example. It was not number one. None of them hit number one.
Oh.
I don't even think any of them were in the top 5 across the board. And even if they were literally 1 month in the top, and then they were gone. Absolutely, completely obliterated off of the charts.
Yeah.
So when you look at anything that they're coming out with, they may have a big month selling 10 million copies. Call of still selling 20. Madden has always been big.
Yeah.
MLB The Show has always been big. And these are franchise games that are guaranteed yearly. And there we go. Now Call of Duty is going to be, for the first time, not putting out a yearly game. This year, they're going to have something, and then they're going to have like a 2 to 3 year dev cycle, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, they were talking about that because we know that, for example, we know Call of Duty except for this year, but then after that, they're going to go, I think they're going to do 1 or 2, like 2-year dev thing, right? 1 year, at least the DLC probably, and then the next year, they're probably going to release, a full game or something like that. But yeah. What Joe is saying, I don't think it's a thing about the games. It's about price. This is the first gen of the consoles after 6 years or $500. People will start jumping next gen when consoles cost $250 to $300. Yeah, that's another one because there's the people who actually sit down and wait for the consoles price drop, and that's where we see the boost. If you look at the history of the consoles, when the PlayStation 4 came out, you see the boost go up after they started to make cheaper consoles. It boosted all up right away. It did. But
now, on the other side, when you look at Xbox's top played games and most sold games and things like that, even Starfield, not only was it in the top 5, I think it was number 5, but it was there for 2 to 3 months after launch.
Yeah.
And it was also top seller on Steam for two months.
Yep.
Power World was promoted by Xbox. It took them how long? Like almost a year before it was on to PlayStation even. And Power World had the number 2 most played player count out of the history of Steam, only behind Counter-Strike.
That's true.
And Power World has been giving out free updates ever since. They're expecting 1.0 release later this year, and I think that's going to be huge. Not to mention that they have all these other games that are in the works coming out of Pocket Pair that are all looking phenomenal. So, yeah.
That's how it is. PlayStation games hold no weights like they used to anymore. The thing is, Reezy, is that before, it's like what I say though, it all depends on how we see things because we all fell into the trap because we were reading what media was saying. We were reading all that stuff. We were taking in all for what media was putting out there. We all fell into that trap. For example, like I said before, the Xbox One X was fully out. It was all about PlayStation having more power than the Xbox. That was the thing out there. We're saying, whoa, Xbox is 100p, PlayStation 1080p. What happened here? Which we also see like the famous Destin picture, having the 900p versus the 1080p. Though, remember that, guys? That was out there though. If you can remember that, I remember. I sure remember it. And after that, we had 2018 or 2017 when the Xbox One X came out. They started to say exclusives, weaponize the word exclusive. Let's use that to say that the Xbox sucks. It doesn't have any exclusives. While the Xbox, when it was all about power, they were delivering power. And we, the Xbox fans, were pressuring, saying, oh, exclusives, exclusives, exclusives. And yet, once we saw the ABK deal happen, we finally find out. The ones who sit down and listen to the stuff that was happening out there, we finally found out and see that the whole exclusive thing was just a word to weaponize to talk bad about Xbox. That's it. That's it. Because look, they're not. It's like what you just said. PlayStation games hold no weight like they used to anymore. I mean, we see these games coming out. We see them. We're like, oh, look at Intergalactic. It looks cool. I mean, for the trailer we saw, it looks cool. We got to see gameplay to see if we can fall in love with it. And that's the thing, though. They just don't. We got The Last of Us being remastered 2,000 times, which we were like, what the hell's going on? We're getting Horizon being remastered like 2,000. Come on, man. Seriously. And now the new games they show, like for example, look at Marathon. All of us, I put out there a poll, and a lot of you guys said, no, I'm not picking this up day one. I mean, come on. Sony, y'all got to do something. Seriously, y'all got to do something to get the user happy with what you guys.
Now, in Marathon's case,
Yeah.
two things hurt that game.
What?
Well, three things hurt that game. The first was the controversy around the stolen art.
Mm-hmm.
The second was the fact that they fired so many people, and that is literally a shell of its former self.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw what you saw. And the third thing is that they had the lead art director step down, and it's made by Destiny does, Bungie. So we know that the weapon balancing over time is going to be crap, because that's something that they have never gotten right, even since the original Halo.
Yep.
Launch is fine. Updates get pushed out. Balancing goes to crap.
Yep.
Now, that's nothing to say against them. They produce, at launch, a decently quality game. None of that is showing in Marathon. None of it.
Yep. I mean, it's really bad out here. It's really bad out here when it comes down to like when it comes down to like the games. Because here's what's funny though, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is how we know things, right? This is how we notice things. Look, they were talking about exclusives all the time. They said exclusives what drive console sales. Exclusives is what drive it makes, if they don't have exclusives, the box sucks. Like saying that if the box doesn't have exclusives, we're not gonna go ahead and buy it. We're not gonna go ahead and get it. Now it comes to question though. Why aren't you buying an Xbox? Oh, because the game is heading over there? But hey, Xbox is making first party games. Why aren't you guys heading over there? Because before it was all about the first party. Now you guys have turned into like, oh yeah, now we're supporting you guys over here on PlayStation. We are buying the games over there, which for us, we're like, okay, go for it. We don't care. I mean, you're the one that's 70 down. I'm saving money on this game, but go for it. Go ahead and buy it if you want to go for it. Go ahead, buy it. Go out there and say, I got an Xbox game. We'll be laughing.
I will say this
like,
also.
Okay.
I will say this also.
Yeah.
That Xbox Dev Direct, yes, all 4 games are going over to PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are going to be full-priced games.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are also in Game Pass day one.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And Forza is not day one on PlayStation.
And play anywhere. Don't forget about that. Play anywhere, yeah.
So go ahead and pay full price.
Mm-hmm.
Because Forza Horizon 6, whenever PlayStation does get it, who knows how much longer, they have to wait for that sometime this year. There's no guarantee that they're going to get any sort of pre-order bonus. They probably will.
Mm-hmm.
But they're already going to be behind the curve on a live service game. because you can race online with that game. You can do all sorts of collabs. You can do everything about it. But for that premium experience,
Mm-hmm.
you're paying $120.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
With Game Pass, yeah, you're paying 35 and you get access to it day one. Early access is only $60
Mm-hmm.
and you
Yeah.
get the full game.
You got the full game. Yeah. That's how it
And
is.
it's first party, so that means it's never leaving Xbox Game Pass because first party games always stay
Mm-hmm.
unless it's a live service game that they shut the servers down. That's the
Okay.
only exception, like
Mm-hmm.
the crew. And the crew is Ubisoft.
So Reese says, in short, the ABK deal revealed PS5 inaccuracies and revealed their games aren't shit all along. But here's what's funny, Reese. PlayStation was not the only one that was pushing that narrative. Because if it was only PlayStation, I get it. It was everyone. We've all fallen for that trick. Because us, Xbox fans, we're waiting for exclusives. We're like, oh, exclusives, oh, exclusives, oh, exclusives. And then we found out the truth during the ABK deal. And not only that, also when Circana posted the 30th anniversary PlayStation numbers, right? What was the games that sold the most? There was only one exclusive that actually brought in the money. That was Spider Man. That's it. Nothing else. That's it. Then the rest is
Hey,
called.
Joey, or Louis,
What's
when
up?
they came out with the Insomniac leaks, you remember those with
Yeah.
Spider Man?
Yeah.
Tell me something.
What's up?
In the contract that was leaked about Marvel,
Mhm.
they're supposed to be able on PlayStation to have exclusive rights to Marvel characters, correct?
I think, yeah.
How has Xbox got Blade?
Hmm. They sat down and talked to Disney because they're the one who owns, the characters, though.
Exactly.
Why so serious is I didn't fall for it. Speak for yourself, Louis. What I mean by all of us, I mean like in general though. I mean a lot of us, why so serious, a lot of us, like literally like 95 or 96% of us were actually thinking about the word exclusive and how important it was because that's what media fed us. That's what PlayStation fed us and the media because we all had to put it all together. We do, because once you start connecting the dots and look at it, you're like, wait a minute, but media literally forced this on us too. Because if you look back at this generation, like in 2022, when they were like, oh, Xbox doesn't have any first party games coming out. Oh, this is bad. They're going to have an awful year, blah, blah, blah. And, we had the ABQ, cooking with it. And and that's the thing what I see though. They were talking about how is it bad? They don't have any first parties. They're not going to bring any games out there, any exclusives. But yet, Xbox, when it came out in third party, they had a phenomenal year when it was in Game Pass. So dropping games to Game Pass, it really did a good job in 22 when it comes down to that. But it's like what I say though, it was a push from these guys to weaponize a word, and it turned out to be a lie. And now they're trying like to, kind of like trying to like to pump in games in front of us, like saying, "Oh yeah, this is great," blah blah blah. But yet us that we saw already across the field and already saw what's happening, we're like, nope, we don't believe you anymore. That's what's happening. That's why what De Reese said, that it's like their games are not holding as much as they used to because now we saw the clear light of what was happening behind the scenes. Though we saw how much they pushed the
I
narrative. That was not
mean,
true.
for Xbox, they have one game that they have released multiple times over and over and over again,
Yeah.
at as much as The Last of Us Part 1 and 2,
Mm-hmm.
and that is Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
Skyrim is still played more to this day because of the mod support of the community
Yeah.
than anything on PlayStation,
Mm-hmm.
PS4 or 5 generation, except for the yearly Call of Duty, Fortnite, Madden, ball and gun games, basically.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Skyrim is a single player game. It is not a live service game. And that is the biggest differentiator between all of them. Starfield, I think, is still going to be played just as much as Skyrim.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
it's better.
But that's the thing, though, right? They just pushed this thing for nothing. And at the end of the day, though, we found out the truth about the word exclusives. And we all know that it works on Nintendo perfect. We understand that. But when it comes to these boxes, these are mostly third party boxes more than first party games. That's all. That's what we see it though. And when it comes down to first party games, though, we love that they keep on bringing great first party games. Xbox has been cooking. PlayStation has been in a bad spot because Jim Ryan was the one who pushed the whole live service crap, and that's what happens. Feels like they're giving up on Starfield. No, they're not. They're probably going to bring up something to do with Starfield pretty soon, though, because Starfield is oof,
I think this year we're going to get that Terran Armada DLC.
they
they,
probably will, though.
they teased that hidden event that a couple people went to.
Yeah.
I actually know a few people who went to it. I can't say anything about it, but they just haven't put a window out of when that release is supposed to come. A couple of people I know are thinking that it's also going to be the mark of the Starfield release on the PlayStation finally, which I still doubt.
When was the last DLC? I think it was like right before Indiana Jones release. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was right before the Indiana Jones release. I think it was in 24. Was it? I think it was 24 though. Close to the end of 24 though. I think
No,
it
because
was.
24 is when Starfield launched. Last year is when they had the DLC like halfway through the year for
Really?
Starfield.
Hold on one second. Let me see the last Starfield DLC. Hold on one second. I got confused with the dates though. So, oh no, it was Shadow Space. Yeah, I remember. It was in 24 though. Shadow Space when launched on September 30, 2024. The House of Room. Yeah, that was the last one. Yeah, and then we get into Terra Armada is reporting development for potential 2026 release according to the leaks. So it was in 24 though. Shadow Space was in 24, and Starfield released
At
that. I
the
think
end
it
of
was
the year.
23 though. Starfield release date. It was September 6th, 2023. It was a year before. Yeah, I remember. It was like, huh?
Either I'm missing a year or the
Yeah.
new year still hasn't hit me yet.
It happens to us, yeah. Mina ran hit campaign against Starfield and tried to kill the game off. Now they're upset that it's not getting post game DLC fast enough. Oh, that's the thing, though. Remember, chat, they always want to go in and try to kill Xbox. They always do. And the funny thing is, there's so many games to play that, listen, why don't we talk about the games we got to play, though, instead of worried about if they're going to release a DLC or not, which we all know is going to happen sooner or later because it's been rumored about or anything. And yeah, why not? We all know, and here's what's funny, though, when it comes down to Bethesda and it comes down to those guys, we all know they really like to work on those games. Like, look at what Power Boss said, especially Skyrim. They keep pumping things in. Fallout, they keep pumping things in. I mean, phew, they are always pumping in things when it comes to those games. They always are, and especially the mods go out there and start modding on the game. They like if they see an idea they like, they'll hire the mod take and bring the idea into the game. They will. They love that. They've been saying it for all these years. Todd Howard, when he said it though, was like, "Wow, that's pretty cool." Getting ideas from the mods, to put into the game. That's pretty fantastic on their side. It's pretty cool stuff. So, chat, listen up. The crazy ones gotta run out, chat. I got a couple things I gotta do. And Power Boss, thank you, brother, for coming on the show, bro. It was cool stuff. Cool
And
stuff,
if
man.
anybody didn't know,
What's
I
up?
actually returned to streaming for the Xbox Dev Direct.
Nice.
So I am looking at possibly something to stream more of. I was going to do the Digimon, but I wasn't feeling so well. They just came out with DLC 2 for Time Stranger. I did play and beat it. It's not that long, but I will look at playing the DLC 3 when it launches.
Mm-hmm.
Game Pass has new games being added.
Oof.
Uh, So if
Always.
you haven't taken a look, I would recommend doing that because there's even more coming out shortly. The 27th in 2 days today is Anno Mutationum. February 2nd is Final Fantasy 2 from the old NES.
Okay.
High on Life 2 is February 13th.
Yeah.
And Forza Horizon 6 is already installable, coming out May 19th.
Awesome. Awesome.
So
Awesome.
those dates are there, and just go check it. It's absolutely phenomenal. You always catch me on Demo Flow on Fridays, all the Salt Miner streams, Alex every Saturday night, and shout out to MBG. He actually is having a redemption arc this year.
Ah.
Believe it or not, he was in Alex's chat Saturday night, and it was a very good time.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh
MVG
no.
has joined Alex's cult.
Uh-oh. So the Duck of Death says exclusives are important to launching and building a new platform. Xbox has been around 25 years and produces more games than anyone. You need to reach larger audiences, and excels are tough to just exactly 100%. If PS5 is slowing down Xbox release, then the only thing if PS5 is slowing down Xbox release, then that's the only thing I don't like. What do you mean you don't like about? I lost there right there, Harry. Bring it in. What are you saying?
Basically, if things are getting delayed for the Xbox releases or PC releases because it's also going to launch PlayStation, like the
Oh,
Starfield DLC,
okay, I see. Okay.
instead of something like Forza Horizon 6, where it's launching on Xbox on a set date, May 19th, but it's not coming to PlayStation 6 till later. Two different sides of the coin.
Because Sincere Sinner says this, right? Which is true. Why not worried about? They're not worried about that anymore. They want money from all available platforms while having their own to pull 100% money from games and services. Because here's the thing, though, chat. I've always said this before. I've always used Final Fantasy as an example. There are, listen, and this is so true. There are billions of gamers out there. Billions. I do mean billions. No joke. There are billions of gamers that just play what is it, solitaire. There are billions of gamers that just play uh the pinball game that was on PC. I'm just kidding on that one, but yes, there are billions of gamers out there, and you release a Final Fantasy game, and it's not that all billions of gamers are going to pick it up and play it. Look at, for example, GTA 6. I mean, GTA 5, though. GTA 5 is one of the coolest, craziest games out there, right? It is true. We cannot lie about that because we saw how many people went out to the trailer, how many people really love the game, how many people are waiting for that game and sitting out saying, oh no, when's it coming out? Cannot wait, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff, right? It only has what, 205 million, yet it doesn't even hit a dent compared to how many gamers are out there in the world, though. There is a ton of gamers out there. Ton. So, like I keep mentioning with Final Fantasy, probably there's got to be between fans, probably between 10 million to 20 million total. So by hogging it into one box, how are they going to get the fans that love Final Fantasy on Xbox? How are they going to get the fans that love it on PC to come play Final Fantasy? How are they going to do that? By having it in one box, though, it's like, oh, you go ahead and pick up the box. That doesn't work anymore. I'm sorry. That's a strategy that, for me, it doesn't work. I remember out there, someone tweeted, oh, this guy sold his 4070 Ti to go get a Pro because it was working fine, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay. That
And
was
he was the classic ball and gun gamer. It was a 4080. Yep. I saw that same tweet from
I
Reddit.
saw, yeah, exactly. I was like, huh, okay. That
He
was
made
a weird
money and
one.
he got games, but he has to rebuy his entire library. But if those are the
Mhm.
only games he's playing, then more power to him if that's what suits him, I guess.
But yeah, at the end of the day, though, it's like what I say. We are all playing the same game when it comes to like power and all that stuff. But, how are we going to attract you to come to my game, though? The only way to do it is to get as many gamers as there is out there. Because here's the thing, though, chat. We as gamers have separated a lot. We have moved on to other boxes. The thing is, they don't want to say it, though. But I see it out there. I see it. For example, a lot of the guys that talk Xbox game more on PC than they do on their Xbox. I've seen that. And there's no problem with that. It's cool. No problem. It's cool. And like I said, we have all evolved. Some PlayStation guys have also evolved to Steam and to PC too. They've been doing that. They've been evolving them or moving around, into other boxes, which is no problem. A
If
lot
you
of
got
people have been doing
time
that.
still, there is one more topic I'd like to bring up.
Okay, I could do 10 minutes. Bring it up real
Real,
quick.
real quick, real quick.
Yeah.
For all the media outlets that are trying to say something like Ninja Gaiden 4 or Outer Worlds 2 not selling a million copies and not making enough money, or that Ninja Gaiden as a franchise only made 7.5 million or something
Mm-hmm.
like that, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not forget that those studios get a Game Pass bag, so they get paid beforehand. That's not including how much additional they get paid because of Game Pass engagement or continued engagement.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They still have to add in the PlayStation and Steam sales on top of that. And that's not including, we don't know how many on Xbox they actually sold additional to the Game Pass users.
Yep.
So the whole thing about the studios not making enough money, yeah, that can just go out the window because we don't know the full scope of the numbers.
Yeah, we don't know, to be honest. So we
That's
don't
the last
know.
thing I'll say about that.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. The thing is, remember, media loves to go out there and just talk bad about Xbox as much as they can. They love it. I've not seen anything good. Like, for example, last year, Xbox published a ton of games, and I wasn't saying it as complaining though, because a lot of people were like, "Oh, Louis complaining about this." I'm not complaining about it. But at the end of the day, though, as I always say, it's his show. He does what he wants. But at least one Xbox game should have been nominated for the Game of the Year, though. But it's not my show. If he wants to attract whoever wants to attract, that's his problem. I'm not saying it for nothing bad, but it would have been nice to see it because trust me, if that would have happened, the guys from Xbox would have probably said, "Oh, look, we got a game over there. Wow, he actually does care." I have a little change of thought. But hey, it's your show. You do what you want. That's what I say, though. And media, though, they're always trying like to talk bad about everything that Xbox does wrong. But listen, they don't. The thing is, if they sat down and understood how it works, then they would shut up about it. And they're not going to understand it because they
And
want
let's
to
not even
please
get us started on Nintendo.
because they want to please an audience out there for the clicks. That's the problem that we're dealing with right now. It is. It is. But chat, Power Boss, you already told everyone where they can find you. Thank you for being here too, brother. And chat, like always, before we go, tell us what you've all been playing. Like I said, I did try High Guard. I'm still gonna play it again tonight. Give it another go. Give it one last chance. And tomorrow I will give you all my reviews. So far, K, thank you for the thumbnail. Like always, remember, let's get a High Guard thumbnail out there for our case so we can have it ready for tomorrow morning because we are talking High Guard and any other extra Xbox news out there because I'm going to give you guys my 2 cents of the game, which it's not, as of now, it's not looking good. That's why I'm giving another second chance to at least put a couple hours in before I go.
I don't like hero shooters. I've never liked Overwatch. I play League of Legends off and on
Cool.
for a period of time. Like I said, I played World of Warcraft. I've played a little bit of Dota 2 back in the day. It's been a while.
Yeah.
High Guard, I don't see it doing anything special, and it's doing too much from too many different games that nothing is a cohesive element. And 3v3 on those large of maps is not doing the game any justice.
I used to buy PS5, PS, and Xbox, and maintain a PC. The game libraries become too similar. I stuck with Xbox. Well, always build a PC. Oh God, High Guard. Seriously, that game.
It's dropped down to 15,600 just since we've been on this show for 2 hours.
It will consider drop down. It will. It will continue to drop down because the thing is, they look. When you go into overhype, there's called something hyping it up versus overhyping. They overhyped too much. People were expecting something that was not what they were expected, like always. So I don't like to overhype stuff. I always like to go in and check it out. Check it out before I go in and say. That's how it is, Power Boss. That's how it is. That's how it is. Uh, but Power Boss, thank you for hanging out with us today. I'm getting messages all over the place here on the cell phone because I gotta go pick up the dog. I gotta go do several things.
Take care,
Uh,
and I will catch
but thank you, brother, for hanging out with us today. Seriously, it was good stuff. Thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you. Good stuff. Good stuff, man. Good things. Good thoughts, like always. And you're ready to say where they can find you. And thank you so much, man. Seriously, it's been fun. It's been fun. Playing Zenless Zone Zero, nice. Player counts fluctuate throughout the day, though. Too much stuff to play to get stuck on a single player hero shooter long term. Yeah. But chat, thank you all for hanging out with us today. Thank you all for super chats. Thank you all for memberships. You guys rock. You guys are awesome. I love you guys to death. Seriously, chat, you guys are the best. Chat, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also hit that bell so I can tell you when
Peace out.
XBI content comes on. And guys, Have a beautiful night. Do mean a beautiful and awesome. What is it today? Tuesday. And as always, I will see you guys on the Xbox International Podcast at 7 p.m. ET. If we do come back with Sound Blow, the Big Blue Man, Silent Cipher. On Fridays, the Department they don't expand Espanol with Elvis Elencita Metal Berserker. And last but not least, good morning with Crazy Little Gaming when I send the signal out over there on Twitter X, Blue Sky, Discord, and YouTube. And that's why you gotta hit that bell so you can know when the crazy one comes on to talk about what's happening in the gaming news world. Have a beautiful day, you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning on Good Morning with Crazy Little Gaming. Bye, y'all. Have an awesome one. Woo.